European nations that have recorded 100,000 deaths. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Novak Djokovic held a practice session today, a day after leaving immigration detention, focusing on defending his Australian Open title, even while still facing the prospect of deportation because he's not vaccinated against COVID-19. News and analysis at townhall.com. Georgia fans celebrate following the football team's big win over Alabama, the NCAA championship game in Indianapolis.
Georgia Bulldogs fans go absolutely wild at a watch party after the huge win over Alabama. Go Dogs, well deserved. How do you think they played tonight? They played good. How do you think Kirby did? He did good. What does this mean to you?
Everything.
Finally, Kirby Smart and his team came through and played a game that everybody was on the edge of their seats for the entire game until the very end.
Robin Walensky, Atlanta, Georgia.
Bank of America slashing the amount it charges customers when they spend more than they have in their accounts, and it plans to eliminate all fees for bounced checks. The latest move by the nation's biggest banks to roll back the overdraft fees that they have long charged their customers. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number.
.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to it.
I think Tanner like strong-armed it a few too many times now, so I'm
a little tired.
I have to work it back in.
I think it needs is it spring or something in there?
No, it's really just, it's gravitationally driven. There's a pendulum there. Yeah.
Something needs to be tightened or something.
I was trying to ding it twice for Tuesday. Didn't work out.
No 2 for Tuesday today. Sorry.
Nope, none of that.
It only has a 1.2er in it. So happy Tuesday.
Welcome to it.
Yeah.
Second day of the rest of your life. What are you going to do about it?
Here in 2022.
That's right.
I miss the aughts.
The aughts. Aught minus aught, carry the aught.
Yeah. You know, I was going to watch the Reno 911 movie yesterday.
Right.
And I'd started it, and then I remembered, this might be something my wife wants to watch.
So hold on.
I started for like 3 seconds.
Oh, okay. That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
That's all I need to know, because there's no way.
Yeah.
It's physically impossible. I will say this right now.
Yeah.
The very first scene.
Yeah.
It's instantly you're into it. It's springs into Reno 911-esque humor comedy. So if you started it and saw any of the first scenes,
I saw like 3 seconds of it, and then I said, "Wait a minute. My wife probably wants to see this. I better stop."
Did you see the MTV logo? I
did
saw
see that.
All that.
I saw the logo, and I saw the beginnings of the scene, and I said, "I gotta stop."
Okay, then your willpower is greater than mine, sir, because as soon as I saw what happened within 20 seconds of that movie starting, I'm like, I'm in for 85 minutes.
And full on, I didn't get a chance to absorb what was happening.
Okay, fair enough.
I was like, you know what? I better not watch this, I think.
And then you're right. This is definitely something that you and Kim will laugh your butts off together watching.
Here's the part that I got a little bummed about was I got home yesterday, or when my wife got home, I was like, hey, and there was nothing on TV last night.
Right.
Other than Keenan show, which I ended up watching. But anyway, I I was like, hey, there's nothing on tonight. I know. Sean told me the new Reno 911 movie's on Paramount. You want to watch it? No, I'm not really into it.
Come on.
I was like, I saved it for you.
She could have faked it a little bit.
She's like, I saved it for you. She's like, no, I have no desire to see it. I was like, I thought you liked Reno 911. She goes, eh. And then I said, dang. So I could have watched yesterday, and I didn't.
At that point, I'd have had like the remote at the ready and just be like, fine then.
We're watching.
I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
You find something else to do.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cinematic masterpiece.
All right. Well,
it is a tour de force.
I will watch it my next earliest convenience when I get a chance here. So, yeah, I wanted to see it.
Put it this way, with all the different amalgamations of the Reno 911 cast, like after the 5th season, then they made a 6th season when Joe Latruglia was introduced and a couple other of Ian Anderson, a couple of the other ancillary officers.
Mm-hmm.
So they were introduced, but others were killed off. Never really explained. They were just killed off.
Right.
And now they're back. And it's just like, so it's the Quibi generation of Reno. All those officers came back. Like all the ones who were like dead or whatever. And they never explained. There's no backstory. It's like, well, they're still here. But yeah, they're back for this too. And it's just, it's them plus, I think just one of the officers from that random 6th season.
Okay.
So one of those officers plus the rest of the original cast. And it's so good.
All right. Good.
Kimball's there. So it's even got like the 3rd season edition.
I'm in. I wanted to see it, but now I know that I don't have to wait for no one. Yeah. I will watch it on my own. So let me give you the rundown for today's show. We're going to start things off here in just a few minutes. Mm-hmm. Isabella Solis going to join us here in studio. She's a candidate for Lieutenant Governor, Republican, and she'll join us here in just a bit. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, we're going to replay our interview we had with Matt Bristol yesterday from Bristol Law Office. Had some good legal advice, as always, with him. And then Robert Reynolds will join us for his monthly visit about 9:15 this morning. He stops by once a month and keeps us up to date on things like his Poetry Society, gospel singing, other events happening in and around the community. He'll keep us up to date on all those. So we'll have that plus your features that include the news of the local and national variety, town hall business, and whatever else we can come up with for today's show.
Indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, I've watched that Keenan show on NBC.
I've never seen that.
It's
that's why I've never seen it. Because it's like
it's okay.
Look.
I hate to
I'm not going to say that broadcast can't work anymore in 2022, but I feel like it's going to really struggle. When you're up against like every streaming service that doesn't really have the restrictions of the broadcast FCC standards, they can do and say and show what they want and get, edgy or whatever. It's a hard sell.
Yeah.
Broadcast is a hard sell. Now, granted, it's accessible by more people because of free access, but it's a tough sell.
You know what? It's weird, and I'll keep this short because I need to. But I don't know, because there's sitcoms that are working out there. I think what it is CBS has Chuck Lorre pretty much.
Yeah.
And his are the sitcoms that are working. There's not many, like NBC's trying, like they got the Keenan show, they got the one of where they work at an auto parts store or an auto company now or something.
Well,
their shows are different. They're not, like Chuck Lorre seems to have the formula, and no one else has figured it out yet.
Here's the thing, though. What's really funny is gone are the days where you were up and coming. Let's say you're an up and coming stand up. Okay, so the role, like the going way that things were done was you go to Montreal, you go to Just for Laughs, you get discovered. You're one of the up and comings. A lot of those guys are the Tim Taylors, or Tim Allen, of today. Basically, got discovered as a stand up. They built a sitcom around a comedian and launched him into megastardom. George Lopez is another great example. Yeah. Seinfeld. There's a ton of these comics that have gone up through this model. That is a completely bygone model now.
Sure.
The idea of a one star carrying a show, and that's it's the model that I feel like a lot of these SNL alums have wrapped their
that's the NBC ideology.
It is. We're going to build a sitcom around you're the big name. It's like that doesn't work anymore. You can't have the Keenan sitcom. Back in the day, it was like, oh, we were going to watch, the Urkel show. We were going to watch, that's just the one that popped in my head because it was like nobody could remember his Family Matters. It was always Urkel's on.
Yeah.
But
that was a show that turned into a regular show that Urkel just stood out on.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Urkel was famous going in.
Yeah, no, exactly. But like the Ellen show, the Seinfeld, it's shows along those lines.
But that's just it. CBS has figured that out, and that's where Chuck Lorre comes in because.
But even those shows they don't have like star vehicles. It doesn't seem
they don't need them.
They're duos a lot of times. Big Bang, Two Broke Girls.
Ensemble.
What's
cast.
that? Superior Donuts. That was the Chuck Lorre one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, those kind of ensemble casts, they don't necessarily have one specific standout star.
Right. Well, that's Chuck Lorre's formula,
which is
where NBC has not adopted it. They got Kenan, The Rock, these other shows.
And they still have the old mindset.
ABC's kind of in the middle there. They're kind of rehashing old favorites. They're holding on to the Connors.
The big one with them is they're real big on the game shows.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's like traditionally been ABC's forte, but they really do know their way around a good daytime to nighttime game show.
I guess.
Well, plus they have access to all the iconic franchises.
Yeah, that's true.
Games and whatnot. We gotta go.
But anyway, NBC's the worst of the bunch.
NBC's just the worst. That's all we're trying to say.
7:14. Here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. It looks pretty nice over the next couple of days, and our temperatures will be warming up with high pressure parking over eastern New Mexico. Could be a little bit breezy today, and our afternoon high will be in the upper 50s, and we should get plenty of sunshine. Overnight, mid to upper 20s and a few clouds, and then plenty of sunshine on Wednesday and Thursday. Looks like we'll hit the mid 60s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 34 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 42% with winds out of the south at 9 miles per hour. Sunny today. We're going to maybe reach 60. Officially, they're saying 59 for a high today with south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight with an overnight low of 23 degrees. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, we'll be warming up a bit into the mid-60s tomorrow. Sunny 66 for a high, north winds at around 5 miles per hour. Wednesday night, mostly clear with an overnight low of 25, northeast winds at around 5 miles per hour. Thursday, sunny, upper 60s, 67 for a high with northwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. Friday, another warm day, mostly sunny, highs once again right around 67. And then looking at the weekend, they're saying we got a slight chance of some rain Saturday, a 20% chance of rain. Partly cloudy with a high of 54, and then mostly sunny, high of 58 on Sunday. So, I don't know. They were saying Friday night into Saturday for that rain initially. Now, just a 20% on Saturday. So, looks like that one's petering out, too. So, oh, well. Oh, man. Now my livestock report's saying it's not there. I got gremlins in a computer. Let me try this again. See if it's going to. No, it's not. All right. So let's do this. Let's play the Roswell Livestock Report. I'm going to play it from this computer since my on-air computer is being a bit of a fighter this morning. Let's get you into your Roswell Livestock Report with Smiley Wooten. We'll take a quick commercial break, and then on the other side of the break, Lieutenant Governor candidate Isabella Solis is going to join us here on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction, 1,766 head of cattle sold on Monday on a steady to higher market with an excellent buyer tendency compared to the last sale in 2021. Stocker calves sold 4 to 6 higher, feeder cattle 2 to 4 higher, packer cows sold steady, packer bulls $4 higher, 3 to 400 pound steers $227, $233, 3 to 400 pound heifers $173, $184, 4 to 500 pound steers $2, $227, 4 to 500 pound heifers $157, $173, 5 to 600 pound steers $170 to $2, 5 to 600 pound heifers $147, $157, 6 700 pound steers $149, $170, 6 to 700 pound heifers $138, $147, 7 800 pound steers $139, $149, 7 800 pound heifers $132, $138, packer cows 60 to 70, canner and cutter cows 52 to 57, packer bulls 90 to 95, feeder bulls 65 to 80. The cow-calf pairs and bred cows not well tested this week. We do appreciate the business, and we'll talk to you next Monday morning. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
It's a new year, and the progressives in Santa Fe are trying to get their claws into Roswell. Governor Grinch has her best buddy in Roswell running for mayor. In Roswell, we are proud of our families, our industry, our traditions, and our values. We can't let the Santa Fe gang take over our community. In the Roswell municipal election on March 1st, vote to keep Roswell open, to keep Roswell independent, and to keep Roswell free. Let's keep Kintai as our mayor.
This is Dennis Kintai, and I approve of this ad.
Drive into a year that's new with a vehicle that's new, or new to you from your friends at the Tailgate Nation. Roswell Ford's inventory of pre-owned vehicles is bigger than it's ever been, the biggest in southeastern New Mexico. More than 140 excellent vehicles on the lot, just about every make and model of truck, including the popular Ford Super Duty. Plenty of SUVs, too, as well as luxury cars and sporty cars. Something for every family at every budget. All carefully inspected and fairly priced. And all come with a 3-day money-back guarantee so you can buy without being shy. If you have a really nice vehicle, Roswell Ford wants to buy it. We'll appraise it in about 20 minutes, then make you an offer that's better than other places. And Roswell Ford is now taking orders in person and online for the new Ford trucks and SUVs that will be arriving soon. So get your new year started right with a vehicle that's right from Roswell Ford, the Tailgate Nation, corner of 9th and Main.
What does paying 33 cents a day for health insurance sound like? Yeah, kind of like that. Open enrollment is on now, and you may be able to get health insurance for 33 cents a day. And as New Mexico's health insurance marketplace, BeWellNM makes finding health insurance and signing up easy and affordable. And our services are free. Call us at 1-833-862-3935 or visit BeWellNM.com to get the assistance you need and to get insured. Because you just never know.
ENMU Roswell welcomes new and returning students to register online and on campus for the coming spring 2022 semester. Prepare for brighter days ahead and learn essential career skills in arts and sciences, technical and health education right here at home. Classes start January 18th. Call 575-624-7000 or log on to roswell.enmu.edu.
Success starts here. ENMU Roswell.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. It's considered good luck in Japan when a sumo wrestler makes your baby cry. But who gets the good luck, the sumo wrestler or the baby? Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 21 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, candidate for lieutenant governor here in the state of New Mexico, Isabella Solis, back with us. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing this morning, Mike?
Doing great. How was your holidays and New Year and all that?
It was wonderful. It was a really nice time to just take a break and just stay home with family.
Get family
Yes.
and spend time there. Did you have do you have family nearby that you get to spend with?
No, they all live out of state. All our children live out of state.
Oh, they've grown up and
Yeah.
spread their wings.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Well, they have to come back once in a while.
Yeah, they do. They have children, so it's easier for us to travel, but we, opt not to travel this year.
Sure. Because nowadays, and I went home to visit family over the Christmas holiday, and that's one thing I realized. I don't have kids myself, but people that do, it's not just a simple task of put the kids in the car, put the kids on the plane, and go. They got to bring this, and it's literally a whole trunk of stuff. And you're like, man, I mean...
And you're correct about
one
that.
Kid, right? You got a whole thing here. So
you're a whole entourage.
A lot of logistics involved there.
Exactly.
So, well, I'm glad to hear the holidays went well for you here. Now we're in 2022. It's going to be a busy year here with the election and everything. Primaries are less than 6 months away, give or take here. I imagine it's full turn the campaign moving forward right now, making the big run for getting the Republican nod here in June.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I was at the Chavez County Convention last night, and they had a full house. It was amazing. People are showing up in droves. They're wanting to get involved in the process.
Sure. I'm very curious to see, because I feel like just statewide with COVID and everything, we kind of live a little differently down southeast than other parts of the state. What's the reaction when you're going elsewhere and people's thoughts on, are they sick of this too? Or are they, because like we see stuff in the news and then you go up like Albuquerque and Santa Fe and everyone's still very stringent on everything. And everyone has their opinions on that. But you come down here and it's like we'll do what we want kind of thing. I mean, what's the rest of the state acting like right now? Are they more like us? Are they more like Santa Fe, or is there somewhere in the middle? What are you seeing as you're going around the state?
Well, I think that it just kind of differentiates. I think it's dependent on the person. A lot of people that have had family members that have had COVID
sure
kind of have that fear.
More stringent.
So, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But others that, feel like, I don't need to wear a mask and I'm okay.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's been pretty relaxed. Now,
Okay.
there are places where, you go in a place and they require you
Sure.
to wear a mask. And I mean, I follow those policies,
Sure.
although I don't agree with them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if people were more or less strict, like, or people getting around like this area. Because I noticed when I went back east to Maryland, I was like, it's not like here. Granted, they were rampant with Omicron again. So, but everyone was very, people outside wearing masks, things, and it's like, all right, but I'm going to do it when in Rome, so to speak.
That's right.
But I just didn't know if that was like our state was kind of parts of it like that, and I just figured I was just curious since you kind of see you're kind of all over the state right now, seeing what's going on and just kind of taking the pulse there. I was kind of curious.
Yes.
So let's talk about we talked a little bit why you were running last time we had you on here, but kind of refresh folks. What made the decision for you to say I want to step up from what I'm currently doing and make a run for lieutenant governor here?
Well, Mike, I'm running for lieutenant governor because, as you well see, our freedoms are being really literally taken away, and the agenda of the governor is really just, I think it's really horrible. And I think that we need good people to step up and run for office. As a county commissioner, I learned so much at the county level. And so I felt like that experience would serve me well as a lieutenant governor, serving, as president of the Senate. I was the county chairwoman. So there was a lot of things to learn and I feel like that experience is going to serve me well. And I do intend to serve and fight for what is right in our country. I believe in our Constitution. I believe in our Second Amendment, and I am pro-life. And I think that it's time that the people in New Mexico stand up and fight for what is right. The more I think about it, what I see happening is that there are so many candidates running, and
Sure.
so we have to get past those gates, which is great.
Sure.
But I think that what we need is people to begin to vote. I know that they're kind of, I guess, disappointed and
Sure.
maybe not really feel like their vote is going to count.
Not trusting in the process.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And so I tell them to go out and vote anyway. And I'm asking the people of New Mexico to vote their hearts and their conscience this time, and not to vote by emotions. So many of the times we're emotionally tied to a candidate, and maybe perhaps that's not the best candidate.
Sure.
And we need to really vote, what your heart is telling you, not what somebody else is saying about that candidate.
Absolutely. I've very much a proponent for do your own research.
Yes.
We live in a world where you're bombarded with information, which is good and bad. The problem is there's a lot of information that is just not credible or just has nothing substantial to really prove that. In a day and age, you could literally just say what you want and throw it out in the ether, and someone's going to treat it as gospel. And we, as consumers of everything, need to be smarter about that. And so you're right. Do your just because you see a meme on social media doesn't mean it's gospel. Do your research. I know most people know this, but I'm going to say people have agendas.
Yeah, they do. Yes, absolutely.
And it may not be the agenda that you're for, and so you've got to sniff out what's real versus what's smoke and mirrors, what's just political jarring or whatever.
Exactly. No, I think that is correct. It's if we want to win 2022, those are the things that we're going to have to do, and we have to understand that this is not Tennessee, Kentucky, New York, Chicago. This is New Mexico. This is where we have 56% of the state includes Hispanics.
Yeah.
And so what we need to do is to be able to get the Hispanic conservative Democrat vote to push us over the top.
Sure.
And we need to build a winning ticket. So people have to really think about it. That's why I say you need to vote your heart, not emotions.
Sure.
And, trying to get a Hispanic on the ticket is going to be very important at this election.
Well, I always look at, and we talk about labels and conservative
That's
and
right.
liberal and this and that. And and I hate painting labels, but when you think about, when I think of Hispanic culture
Yes.
and just from my knowledge of it, growing up and meeting in meeting Hispanics and things, certainly my time last 20 plus years living here in New Mexico. But one of the things that's very apparent in Hispanic culture is the focus on family, the focus on tradition, things like that. And I'm not trying to label conservative, but those are very much conservative values. Where raising a person starts at home, and it's the responsibility of the family and the parents to raise this child, or just to bring and. So to me, that's kind of, I'm thinking, well, why isn't New Mexico more of a conservative state? Because I think our values tend to lean that way, just in our home lives and our personal lives and things. But we have a good marketing campaign the other way, and that's the world we live in. And it's like, what did you grow up to? What are you raised to? What do you like? And instead of, okay, that's an R, I need to stay away, or that's a D, I need to stay away. It's like, well, what do they represent sometimes? And then I think we need to, instead of getting wrapped up on a DR automatically, what's this person from, where they've done, what is their concern for New Mexico? And I think you're going to find that most people are going to lean to moderate conservative in that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even if I have to think about it, I am a former Democrat, and I changed my party affiliation, but I had very conservative values. And so I think that the way I campaign is that I don't ask people whether you're a Democrat or Republican. I ask them, what are your values? I want to know what you believe in. I want to hear what you have to say. And as I begin to speak to them, they think just like us.
Sure.
They believe in our country. They believe in our flag. And, so many Hispanic veterans believe and fought for our country. And they believe that our flag is so important, and all the Constitution.
They defended it.
And
Absolutely.
they did that is exactly right. And they're very proud people. But some of them may be Democrats, but we have the same values. And I believe that these Democrats will vote Republican. But I think that we need to find and speak to them at a place where it's about we the people, not about whether you're Democrat or Republican. Because as a Democrat, my grandparents, my parents, it's more like a tradition.
Sure.
And it had nothing to do with our values. So I think that we need to come at that angle.
And let's face it, we all have seen the news. We all watch what's going on. I would say both parties you could make an argument here. There's extreme elements that have infiltrated higher levels of both parties. I mean, there is a very extreme liberal agenda going on in the Democratic Party, and vice versa. There is a sect in the Republican Party that's very, crazy wackadoo the other way, and they have where they lack in numbers, they make up for in voice and loudness because of the world we live in today. So now more than ever, you almost got to rally the middle a little bit, and the conservative to say, hey, I get change, and I get some progressive or some this, but come on now, we this is where's our tradition, where's our value system, where are the things that we hold dear for our whole lives now all of a sudden are being attacked? When do we get to speak up about that? And I think that's the bigger picture here is letting the extremes on both sides get too loud of a voice here.
Yeah, and you're right about that. Now, even if I think about it, I know that Republicans have always been people, as myself, and even Democrats, that we've always believed in God. And we've always, that was kind of the first thing that we do when we have meetings. We do the Pledge of Allegiance and we pray.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. And so what I am seeing today is that, we see the Democrats breaking the laws, breaking the rules, breaking the policies. But I am also seeing that the Republicans also break the laws, break the rules, and break the policies. And so in a party, if we are the ones that are supposed to be the example, saying we pray and we believe in our flag, we should not be breaking laws and we should not be breaking policies. We should be the example to say we believe in the rule of law. So we need to come back to that place of integrity.
Yeah.
We need to come back to that place where, there is loyalty in our group and in our team. And so that's what I feel like. We don't have any more loyalty because somebody can say this, that, or the other, but at the end of the day, they're not loyal.
Sure.
And that's what we're missing, loyalty and integrity. And if we can build a party that deals with loyalty and integrity, I think that we have a better chance of being the example that we say we believe in God.
Sure.
And let's make changes that we need.
Absolutely. Let me ask you this real quick, since we're getting ready to go into the legislative session here. Obviously, Lieutenant Governor, this is something that you'll be paying a lot of attention to, here in the next one, hopefully.
That's right.
But so let me ask you, going into this session, what's your greatest worries? What are your greatest hopes here? When you look at this 30-day, what are you hoping they do? What's scaring you the most about this 30-day session?
Well, what scared me the most is the fact that the governor and the Secretary of State want to pass legislation that says 16-year-olds can vote. They want to make the permanent ballots, that where you can just mail them and, that's
Sure.
it. And so I think that concerns me the most. I think that our team is going to have to really stand up and fight that piece of legislation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can think about why they're doing that.
Oh,
and think
absolutely.
about-
I think that they're running scared, and
Sure.
they're doing everything that they can to sabotage the Republicans.
Well, I just like to point this out. I get it. 16-year-olds want to be adults. They talk sometimes kind of like adults, act kind of like adults, but they're not mentally developed fully yet. That's why we don't let them drink alcohol. That's why we don't let them smoke cigarettes.
Right.
We give them some responsibilities, ability to drive the car. You're ready for that. But for people that, let's say, for an age group that on average spends probably 5 minutes a week studying politics and the news,
right?
You're going to give them the keys to the kingdom when they clearly don't. You know what I mean? It's not that I don't want 16-year-olds to be actively involved. I do, but I don't know if they're mentally mature enough at that point to discuss and talk about these issues in an official capacity, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I completely understand.
Yeah.
I think that I don't want to say that they're not very smart or wise.
Yeah.
That we do have a lot of 16-year-olds that are very sharp, but I just don't think that they're matured into that place.
Absolutely.
And, I don't know that politics is important to them at 16,
Was it to you or me? I'm thinking it
I don't
wasn't when I was
recall
16.
that it was, no.
I was like, I'm trying to get a car. There was a certain lady I'm trying to, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
your
all I
mind
cared.
is-
And I got to pass a test. I'm
Yeah.
hoping I don't get in trouble because I did my classes.
Right. Your
That
mind
was-
is somewhere else, yeah.
That's it. Or I got to get a summer job so I could pay for my piece of junk car that I have.
Yeah,
That was what I cared about at 16.
that's right, yeah.
And so, but you're right. It's. I mean, I get wanting to get younger people involved, and that's great. But saying, okay, we're going to let you vote at 16. I mean, that seems a bit extreme to me.
Yeah,
But-
it is. I think so. Yeah, so I'm just concerned about that piece of legislation, and I think that the Democrat Party is just kind of running scared. But
Sure.
I think that we as a people need to continue to work hard and rise up and keep fighting and, just draw the line.
Absolutely. So, are you? How much longer are you in town for? Are you doing stuff here today, or are you heading back up north here?
I'm going to Santa Fe this morning.
Okay.
I'll be up there at a FRW meeting.
All right, good deal. Well, that sounds like a fun haul back up there. I do want to ask, like you talked about, being, passed as a county commissioner, things like that. How much of that translates? Because when you work with a commission, obviously, but you do have other people up there that you kind of have to bounce the ideas and come to an agreement on. As lieutenant governor, that's a little bit different scenario. I mean, how does some of those skills translate for you when you say, all right, I got to work with a group of people here as lieutenant governor? You're kind of on your own, but at the same time, you got to, you're the lieutenant governor. You got to make headways and do things that, you don't have necessarily the same avenues that the governor would have there.
Right.
How does that translate for you as far as that experience and that just the kind of the day-to-day minutia of being a county commissioner?
So as a county commissioner, we had a resolution, and I spearheaded a $10.2 million road initiative. And in order to get that passed for my district, I had District 37. And in order to pass that, I had to talk to my colleagues And so I have to say, look, commissioners, I think, and I can only talk to one commissioner, so at a time. So
Yeah, because of the meeting rules and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you're in the actual meeting, you all can't hang out very much together. Yeah.
So I kind of had an idea that one was what I was saying was kind of registering with that one. So the one that was not really paying attention, I would go and try to say, look, Commissioner, this is important not only for my district, but also for the entire county. This is crucial. As a county, we are to provide the infrastructure, and people need roads. And so I was able to work across the aisle with my colleague. And I believe that as a lieutenant governor, I will work across the aisle, to be able to pass, whatever we're going to be voting on.
Sure.
To be able to be a person of influence working across the aisle with people, Democrats or Republicans. Because, at the end of the day, I can't say, we can't work on your road because you're a Democrat.
Right.
We can't work on your road because you're a Republican. That is ludicrous.
Yeah.
As an elected official, we work with all people, and you have to be able to have that talent and ability to work across the aisle to be able to bring things to what the people of New Mexico want.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you see, that's a big thing here on infrastructure and roads here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah,
yes.
that's something we definitely pay quite a bit of attention to here in southeast New Mexico.
Yes.
Let me give you an opportunity to let people find out more about you, your website. Like I said, you were in town last night, but you're heading back up north here. First off, give out website and places people can go to learn more, to donate to the campaign, to get more involved in your campaign for Lieutenant Governor.
Absolutely, Mike. They can go to my website at isabellaforlg.com. That's my website. And they can also donate online. They can. I have a phone number. I have an email address, isabellafornewmexico@gmail.com. They can reach me there. They can also call 575-312-6511. And they can call if they have any questions. And I would love to have their support and their vote. And also for people to know that I am bilingual. And I think that Nuevo México necesita a alguien que hable en español, ¿verdad?
See? I heard something about speaking Spanish in New Mexico. Isn't that true?
Yeah, New Mexico. Yeah, I need someone that can speak Spanish to be able to represent them.
Perfect. I know enough Spanish that I pick out words and get the gist of something. Yeah.
Where's the bathroom?
I can fake it till I make it. There was a movie, Encino Man, back in the 90s, and you're sitting in a classroom and they're learning Spanish, and they're saying, like, the cheese is very old, el queso is, it's just funny. Everyone repeating, so the cheese is very old. Well, thank you, ma'am. Appreciate spending some time with us here. Safe travels up to Santa Fe here, and we look forward to talk to you, I imagine, quite a bit over the next 8-9 months here, so.
Thank you so much, Mike. God bless you, and it was great. Appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Thank you very much, ma'am. All right, it is 7:41. Let us pause for some news, Kim Commando update, and Chaves County sports update. Don't go away.
Now for your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. Thanks for joining us this hour. Our top story, the public is invited to attend an artist lecture and opening reception for Relocations, work by Roswell artist in residence fellow Marie Alarcon. The event is planned for January 15th through February 27th. The opening reception will be this Friday, the 14th, starting at 5:30. Alarcon is a multimedia artist who works primarily in nonfiction film. The annual Roswell Father-Daughter Dance is scheduled for February 12th this year. The event running from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Recreation and Aquatic Center. Tickets are available for $10 for adults and one daughter and $3 per additional daughter. You can make special memories at this year's Father-Daughter Dance, and you don't have to be a father, just a special male figure in her life. Registration available via a link on the City of Roswell main website. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
If you use Norton Antivirus, the company wants to use your computer and your electricity to mine cryptocurrency, Ethereum to be exact. I'm Kim Commando with why this is a horrible deal for you, brought to you by T-Mobile. Their advanced network now goes farther than ever before. Visit T-Mobile.com/55 today. First, you need to opt in and give Norton Antivirus permission to use your computer to be a crypto miner. And any old computer won't do. Your computer must have an NVIDIA or AMD card with at least 6 gigabytes of memory. Say yes, and your computer is part of a massive crypto mining pool trying to get a coin. If you're lucky enough to win, you get your share of the proceeds that's divided among everyone using Norton Antivirus. Oh, but before the proceeds are shared, Norton takes a whopping 15% off the top. The bottom line is this. By the time you pay for your Norton subscription, electricity, and transfer fees, you won't make any money, but Norton Antivirus sure will. Get breaking tech news at Commando.com. If you've ever wanted to make your home feel safer, there's no better time than now. Right now, my friends at Simply Safe are giving my listeners access to their New Year's holiday deals. 20% off their award-winning home security, and your first month is free when you sign up for interactive monitoring. I love Simply Safe because it has everything you need to make your home safe. Indoor and outdoor cameras, comprehensive sensors, all monitored around the clock by trained professionals who send help the instant you need it. Simply Safe was even named the best home security system of 2021 by U.S. News & World Report. Customize the system for your home online in minutes and get free custom recommendations. Plus, no long-term contracts or commitments, but you have to hurry. Take 20% off your Simply Safe system, and your first month is free when you sign up for the interactive monitoring service. Visit simplysafekim.com. Again, that's simplysafekim.com for 20% off your system. simplysafekim.com.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. It looks pretty nice over the next couple of days, and our temperatures will be warming up with high-pressure parking over eastern New Mexico. Could be a little bit breezy today, and our afternoon high will be in the upper 50s, and we should get plenty of sunshine. Overnight, mid to upper 20s and a few clouds, and then plenty of sunshine on Wednesday and Thursday. Looks like we'll hit the mid-60s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. It's Roswell against Goddard tonight. Boys and girls basketball. We told you about the boys yesterday. Let's catch you up on the girls. The Roswell Coyotes girls were in action last night. Didn't turn out well as they lost at home to Las Cruces by a score of 63-38. Roswell now 7-7 on the season. Las Cruces 10-6, by the way. Goddard's last action was winning its own tournament back on December the 30th. And Goddard will be playing at Roswell. So this is a game, the boys-girls doubleheader starts at 5:30. It's not the only one, by the way. You've also got Hagerman at home against Cloudcroft, and Dexter playing host to Capitan. By the way, the Hagerman boys are 10-0 on the season. That should be good. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the SRN News Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. This year's tax filing season will begin on January 24th, 17 days earlier than last year, the Internal Revenue Service announced Monday. The IRS is warning that a resurgence of COVID-19 infections on top of less funding authorization from Congress than the Biden administration had requested could make this filing season particularly challenging. Federal Reserve Vice Chair Richard Clarida said Monday that he will step down on Friday, the third Fed official to resign in the wake of a trading scandal at the central bank. The announcement followed new revelations around Clarida's trading in a stock fund in 2020, when the coronavirus threatened to upend the global economy, and the Fed was discussing extraordinary measures to counter its impact. On Wall Street, the Dow down 162 points, the Nasdaq rose 7, and the S&P 500 lost 6 points. With the SRN News Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Have you ever had someone do something kind and out of the ordinary for you? How did that make you feel? I know for me, it brightens my day. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and Julie Smotherman for The Joy of Marriage.
Galatians 6:9 says, "Let us not get tired of doing what's right, for after a while we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't get discouraged and give up." I've learned when you don't know what to do, just do the next right thing. Keep sowing good things into your spouse and your family. Be patient. God promises He will give you a harvest. It will make a difference. A successful farmer just keeps on working and expects to have a great harvest.
I know when my husband brings me flowers, it blesses me. So do something unexpected for your spouse. It will pay off.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
What does it mean to be a world-class university? To start, being ranked in the top 2% of universities in the world, and to be the only designated R1 highest research activity university in the state. It's about creating the most opportunities for students. And at the University of New Mexico, we do just that by offering affordable, top-tier education year after year and awarding millions in scholarships to our students. So, what are you waiting for? Apply to UNM at apply.unm.edu.
Times are changing, and today's funerals aren't always the sad and solemn events you might expect. This is Gabriel Casaus from Lagrone Funeral Chapel. Along with hymns and scriptures, today's funeral services are often filled with fish stories, country songs, and a joke or two, golf clubs and hot rods, favorite recipes, and kitchen disasters. At Lagrone Funeral Chapel, we believe a funeral should reflect your loved one's personality, passion, and sense of humor. When you lose a loved one, we're here, because at Lagrone Funeral Chapel and Crematory, we make it personal.
900 South Main, Roswell.
Valley Cafe is now open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Located inside the 180 Youth Building across from Church on the Move on Brasher in Roswell. Enjoy soups, salads, sandwiches, burgers, and more. Try one of their signature creations like the sweet and spicy burger with honey jalapeno bacon barbecue sauce, the chicken cordon bleu soup, Chef Anthony Noble's fried avocados, and the Smotherman burger with creamy green chili sauce. Or swing by for coffee or breakfast burritos on your way to work. The all-new Valley Cafe, open Monday through Friday, 7 to 3. Stop in for breakfast, lunch, or even a snack after school. Don't feel like leaving home? Order takeout from DoorDash.
Wakefield Oil Company is a name you can rely on, with full service at the pump the way it used to be. You can expect service in just 15 seconds. They offer bulk fuel and oil services and even diesel exhaust fluid. Wakefield Oil Company will deliver to farms, ranches, dairies, the oil fields, and more with dependable service you can count on. So the next time you need service or delivery, go with the name that locals have trusted since 1983. Wakefield Oil Company, 311 South Virginia in Roswell. Let them earn your business.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The average person spends only 10 minutes a day speaking. Many wish Mike Winters was more like the average person. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:50. If you missed any part of that interview I had earlier with Isabella Solis, Lieutenant Governor candidate, you can go back and check it out at your leisure, ksvptv.com. After the show this morning, Tanner will separate that, make it available for you to listen to by itself. But if you want right now, you got to rewind the live feed there and go back and check it out. But that'll change probably by about 11 o'clock this morning there. Stay tuned next hour. We're going to replay our interview we had with Matt Bristol from Bristol Law Office. He joined us yesterday morning in the 7 o'clock hour, and he joins us once a month and talks about sage legal advice things. But we spent yesterday talking really about New Year, just making sure your ducks are in order and fares are good to go and things like that. So we spend a lot of time just kind of housekeeping a little bit in your world of New Year's and all that stuff. So we'll play that conversation for you next hour here. That's the wrong folder. That's why that's not there. A couple things I do want to mention here. Vitalant will be hosting a blood drive for folks here in Roswell this Friday, the 14th. It will be from 11 to 3 p.m. It's going to be at the Vitalant office over by Lovelace Hospital there. If you would like to get an appointment to donate blood, please call or text Stephanie with Vitalant. The phone number to call or text is 575-840-8178. Again, that's 575-840-8178. Folks in Carlsbad, they're doing a blood drive today from 11 to 3. And this is the United Way of Eddy County. They're going to be at the Boys and Girls Club Event Center, 206 East Pecan, from 11 to 3, donating blood today. Folks in Artesia, tomorrow they're going to be at Hotel Artesia inside the meeting room from 1:30 to 5:30. Again, if you want to get in the Carlsbad or Artesia blood drives, call or text Stephanie at Vitalant, 575-840-8178. If you can't do today in Carlsbad, this Saturday they're going to be with the Bloodmobile at Albertsons there in Carlsbad from 11 to 3. If you can't make the Roswell Friday blood drive, they're going to do one next Tuesday, the 18th, from 1 to 5, back at the Vitalant office from 1 to 5 there. Again, 575-840-8178, the number to call there to get your appointment times and if you have any questions or anything like that. So, also, don't forget, we had Lori on yesterday talking about this concert. The Roswell Community Little Theater and the Kiwanis Club of Roswell, they're having a big fundraising concert. Ted Vigil is doing a tribute to John Denver, and the man looks just like John Denver, and better yet, sounds just like John Denver. He's doing 2 shows on Saturday, February 19th. There's a 2 p.m. matinee and a 7 p.m. evening performance. All the concert performances will be at the Roswell Community Little Theater. I said it's a fundraising event. The Kiwanis Club of Roswell, they're raising funds for the all-inclusive park that the city and the Kiwanis Club, they've worked together to put here in Roswell. They got a location. They're just pretty much getting the ducks in order, raising funds, and getting ready for groundbreaking on that one. So that's where they're at now. And then, of course, the Roswell Community Little Theater, they're raising funds to replace the roof there at the theater. Roof is got a few leaking situations going on. They got to replace that roof. So tickets are available, $30 for regular reserve seating, or, and this is what I recommend, get the VIP seating for just $40, $10 more. You get preferred seating, which I got to be honest, every seat in that whole place is good. There's no such thing as a bad thing. But really, where the perks come in is you get access to the VIP room, which will have drinks and snacks and finger foods. You get to meet Ted Vigil as part of the event there. It really, you get a lot of extra for $10 more. I'm thinking pay the $10. That way, when it's intermission, you want to go have a drink or a snack and go and mingle and do all that. If you just pay the $30, you're like, oh, I'm going to sit here. And why are they got all that drinks? I'm sitting. They have concessions you can buy, but get the VIP. Help out with the fundraiser. Treat you and your date. Treat them with some class or a little comfort. Give them a little swag for their day. Pretty good stuff. Go ahead and do me a favor. When you get a chance, Google Ted Vigil. Watch some of his stuff. See, it's. I swear, when I first saw the flyer with the picture of him on it, I was like, "That's John Denver." He's like, "No, that's Ted Vigil." And I'm like, "You sure?" I'm looking hard. It's scary how much this guy looks like John Denver. I mean, it's like doppelganger scary. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I mean, it's cool, but man, it's eerily similar to me. That's just what I think. Hey, I do want to mark this on your calendars. February 1st, Leadership Roswell Alumni Association. They're going to be doing the candidate forum once again for the upcoming municipal election. It will be on the 1st, date, times, and all that. The times I'll give you as we get closer, but looks like it'll be at the RASD, the auditorium there. All that's lined up to be about the same, I think. They're in the process now, reaching out to candidates and inviting them all out because we got quite a few running here in this upcoming municipal election. We got 4 different candidates for governor. I know Ward. I'm doing this off the top of my head. I know Ward 1. Everybody but Ward 5 has a race. Ward Angela Moore, I'm sorry, is running unopposed in Ward 5. She's running for re-election. But every other ward, 1, 2, 3, and 4, have at least a 1, a 2, or sometimes 3 or 4 candidates in them. If you're not sure what ward you live in or any of that stuff, you can always contact the clerk's office. Go online, roswell-nm.gov. There you can see the maps and all that. And I think most people are pretty much saying, I think they moved a little bit. I know, like for the Ward 3 race, that line moved a little bit. So some folks that were previously in Ward 2 are now going to be running in Ward 3, but it's pretty close to the old maps here, the new maps and all that. But anyway, mark February 1st on your calendars, and for the candidate forum, we will once again Pecos Valley Broadcasting will be airing the event. We highly recommend you go to the event. Go watch it in person. That way you can see everything that's going on, see all the candidates wait, and talk to some of them. Usually a lot of them will have a booth set up prior to the event that you can go and talk to them and get some literature and stuff on them. The only way you can do that is to be at the event. And of course, but if you're working or whatever and you can't make it and would like to watch it live, then by all means, we'll have it available at ksvptv.com. We'll have a channel set up just for it. And it'll be available after too. So if you want to go and see it in person and then go afterwards and watch parts you missed, or if you only can stay for some of it, but you got to leave because, we got 5 different races that will have contentions in there. Plus we have, judge and, some unopposed races there. So there's a lot of information to take in. So usually it takes quite a bit. It's a pretty long evening, but a good evening. And very informative and usually pretty entertaining too. And the Leadership Roswell Alumni Association does a great job of putting on the event. And of course, usually they do swag, door prizes, and things. Little incentive to get folks to come out and be a part. But I would highly recommend early voting will start like shortly thereafter in February, like the 2nd, I think. Before you do any kind of voting, please check out that Leadership Roswell Alumni Association forum. That way it gives you some information about each of the candidates. All right, it is closing in on 8 o'clock. Town Hall News up next. We'll be back on the other side of Town Hall News. Don't go away. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The Senate Majority Leader says that for senators, the choice is clear. Chuck Schumer says they can support Democrat voting and election reform proposals.
Or they can sit by as the fabric of our democracy unravels before their very eyes.
But Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell is having none of it. In his words, every hysterical claim that our democracy is in crisis rings hollow.
The Senate Democratic leaders are trying to use a big lie to bully and berate their own members into breaking their word, breaking the rules, and breaking the Senate.
The Democrats look to change Senate filibuster rules in order to pursue what they have labeled voting rights legislation. Later today, President Biden talks about the issue and a visit to Atlanta. No progress. The bleak assessment of Russia's deputy foreign minister regarding talks with the U.S. aimed at diffusing tension over Ukraine. Moscow demands guarantees to halt NATO's eastward expansion and even roll back the alliance's military deployments in Eastern Europe. Washington, though, firmly rejects those demands as non-starters. Boston's public schools closed today because of dangerously low temperatures. Arctic cold settling in across the Northeast, including in New York City, where Michael Davis is taking it all in stride.
It's winter. We've had warm winters the past couple of years, so this is what it is. This is what we're here for. It's the Northeast.
Air temperatures in the teens, even the single digits, with the wind chill colder still. However, it could be short-lived. Temperatures starting to moderate as soon as tomorrow in some places. Stocks deep in the red on Wall Street right now. The Dow down 195 points. The Nasdaq off 14. The S&P 18 points lower. More on these stories at townhall.com.
It's that time again. Time for fresh starts and resolutions. And Harry's can help. Harry's is an award-winning razor brand that makes a full range of grooming essentials. But the benefits go way beyond a great shave at a fair price. Maybe you resolve to take control of your finances. With cartridge refills as low as $2 each, your budget won't even flinch when you switch to Harry's and save all year. And with checkout code SRNGOLD at harrys.com, you can get a trial set for just $3. If your resolution is to always look and feel your best, that's Harry's specialty. Their high-quality razors combine an ergonomic design with 5 super sharp blades, shipped directly to you with a 100% money-back guarantee. New customers can get a Harry's starter set for just $3 at harrys.com with code SRNGOLD at checkout. Get a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, foaming shave gel with aloe, and travel cover, all for just $3. That's code SRNGOLD at checkout at harrys.com.
One of Britain's largest energy suppliers apologizing for the rather unorthodox advice it offered utility customers on ways to keep warm and hold down their energy costs over the long, cold winter. Here's the BBC's Kevin Peachy.
As millions of people brace themselves for a rise in their energy bills this year, few would appreciate the advice to cuddle their pets for warmth. Other tips on the blog included putting on extra layers and keeping moving by doing a few star jumps. MPs have described the blog as plainly offensive, and last night OVO was quick to apologise. It described the blog, which it said would be rewritten, as poorly judged and unhelpful.
An Ethiopian drone strike has killed 17 civilians in the country's Tigray region. It came on the day that President Biden, in a call with the Ethiopian Prime Minister, had voiced concern about such attacks and the ongoing war. Townhall.com. A special tribute to a late poet and other distinguished American women.
Soon you, your family, and friends can get your hands on a Maya Angelou quarter. Hers will be the first in a series of coins in the American Women Quarters program. The U.S. Mint has already begun shipping the 25-cent pieces around the country. The author, poet, and civil rights activist rose to fame with her book, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, in 1969. She received the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2010, 4 years before her death at age 86. I'm Oscar Wells Gabriel.
Inflation is taking a toll on American families. That acknowledgement comes from Fed Chairman Jerome Powell in remarks he'll deliver today at a congressional hearing where he is sure to face some tough questions on the subject. The Senate Banking Committee will hold a hearing on Powell's nomination to serve a second 4-year term as Fed Chair. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Buenos Tuesday. Happy Tuesday.
Welcome to it.
Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday.
Yeah, it's second day of the rest of your life.
Yeah, I've been fighting the cold a little bit. Like, I think it's just my turn. Everyone's been kind of getting it. And then Sunday I was feeling bad. Monday, feeling a little bad. Today I'm doing a little better. I don't have any energy today.
Right.
Like today I could go to sleep right now. And I slept some yesterday. I went down for the count and was in and out 3 or 4 times. And me and the chair got quite comfy sleeping yesterday, which is probably a good reason why I didn't get into Reno 911.
Right.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I was putting in Letterkenny, and there is one episode I kind of slept through, and and I'm like, dang.
I've done that before. Where it's like, I've actually done that this season of Letterkenny, and I've gone back to try to watch it twice now.
Yeah.
And I've fallen asleep both times. It's just, I'm just friggin' tired, man.
Yeah.
It's not the episode itself. I'm just tired.
Yeah. And in all fairness, Letterkenny, you kind of got to pay attention.
It's very talk heavy.
It's talk heavy, and if you don't, you can't just have it on in the background because you'll miss stuff.
Right.
And so that one you got to kind of
not necessarily important things, but like you're gonna miss jokes that you'll want to have gotten.
You might as well not watch it if you're not going to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because half the experience is paying attention. Certain shows and things you can have on the background and be good. Letterkenny's not one of them.
Right.
It's just not. It's one that you want to sit down and pay la atención while you're watching. So, but it's very good if you like that kind of thing.
I'm trying to remember season 6. What's the most recent episode that you watched that you remember?
Was the last episode the Amish? I think it was.
Okay,
our Amish
so
friends.
the Amish one.
Yes.
Yep. Those are.
I'm trying to think if I watched one after. No, the one where they have to go get what's his name? He's dealing drugs in the city there. Where, what's his the?
Oh yeah, Stuart.
Stuart,
yes. Where he's hanging out with Rold and Rold or Stuart's new girlfriend.
Yes, that's where I've left off. I think that's the episode after the Amish.
Stuart's new girlfriend named Gay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That's where I left off.
There's a whole thing about Stuart's gay girlfriend and all this. And
well, they got to separate now. That's where I left because after the thing, it's like, we'll do what is it? Robin Hood. What's the mischief or whatever they said? I can't remember the term they used. Like mischief or something. We'll do mischief another time.
We'll perform. Yeah, I can't remember exactly, but. Was that the Ritz and Roids thing?
Yeah,
Ritz and Roids.
That's actually earlier.
Was it? Yeah,
that's an earlier episode. But yes,
where the jocks get their accidentally get Ritalin, and the ones who want the Ritz actually get the Roids.
Yes,
so they're all we should be ripping. There's a whole run of we should be ripping double cardio lat presses.
Well, it does make a good point that if you're going to nickname everything, maybe you want to separate your nicknames a little bit better.
Just a bit. Keep your Ritz and your Roids.
It's getting a little bit confusing there, but
keep them split.
It is a funny show. It's Canadian, so it's got Canadian humor.
This is what I love about that show is it's so obscure that I have references to things like I've clothing items with references to that show that people don't get, but if they do, that's what I'm like. Okay, you're good people. Like I have a mask that says Ferda.
Oh, okay.
For the boys.
Yeah.
And then I have a shirt that, this is what I'm proud of because I've gotten my kids to say this when we leave places. I'll go, Skoden. and my son will be like, Skoden. And so I've got a shirt that says Skoden, Skoden. It's written like an old 80s metal band.
Well, I'm waiting for someone to sing like the Truth Be Told or whatever when they do the.
Oh, To Be Fair?
To Be Fair.
To Be Fair.
I'm waiting for someone to, someone say To Be Fair and someone goes, To Be Fair.
Still to this day, I'll watch a show and I hear somebody say, To Be Fair. And I want to stop now. To Be Fair.
Yeah, it's kind of a click show.
It
you're in the club,
is.
you're in the club. That's it's very much a show like that.
Yep.
So. We're going to play our interview we had with Matt Bristol yesterday here in just a little bit from Bristol Law Office. He comes in once a month and gives us sage legal advice. And so he's got some more of that for us here this morning. We always have good little conversations. Just be in bonnet information.
No Ritz, no Roids, just words.
That's right. Moist words.
Moist.
That's where that show gets crazy is they'll take a word. Yeah, the runs.
Yep.
And what they'll do is someone says, I hate the word moist. And they'll be like, oh, you mean like moisty? And then you just go into this 27
Moist-tastic with the moist. Yeah.
You're just like, I didn't realize you could crowbar the word moist in that many things. Yeah, it's pretty good. I imagine they spend hours just thinking of the things
just
to
sitting
write
around
down.
a table, just be like, Alanis Moist set. Yeah.
I imagine that's got to be a collective.
Oh yeah.
Now, I'm pretty sure. I'm bad at names on that show. The hockey player that always talks smack to the boys.
So that's
Wayne, right? I mean,
it is Wayne.
It's the character or the person. That's
You're talking
Wayne.
about Shorzy.
Yeah, Shorzy.
Shorzy is played by Jared Kiso, who is Wayne.
Yeah,
just a different character. Yeah,
because I keep hearing like that's Wayne. Well, how do they? Because
give your talk. Yeah,
it's a higher pitch Wayne, but it's Wayne. It sounds like Wayne. He talks exactly like Wayne. He's just higher pitch version of Wayne.
Oh my gosh. All the shores he runs that I'm trying to think of even one I can repeat on the air.
And there's none of
them.
Yeah, it's like his little alter ego to be ultra nasty.
Oh, nope, there's none of them. It's like the sounds that the moms make. Nope, there's none of them. Can't repeat any.
Is he like legit? Like growing up, was he like a Canadian farm boy?
Yeah,
because his body. Look, I mean, he's got the shoulders. That guy's been working.
That's his character is him as a played up him as a person. He was a farm boy.
Okay.
Played a lot of hockey growing up.
Okay.
Him and his friends would just go off and kind of and just snap back and forth. And
he's got that farmer's body, just the shoulder. Like that's a guy that's been slinging hay his whole life. It's kind of those. So when I see him, he's believable to me. Like he wears his little flannel shirt and jeans, and you're like, he looks like that guy.
He looks like he's been getting up to some chore.
Yeah. Pitter patter.
Pitter patter. Let's get at her.
All right, it is 8:13. Here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. It looks pretty nice over the next couple of days, and our temperatures will be warming up with high pressure parking over eastern New Mexico. Could be a little bit breezy today, and our afternoon high will be in the upper 50s, and we should get plenty of sunshine. Overnight, mid to upper 20s and a few clouds, and then plenty of sunshine on Wednesday and Thursday. Looks like we'll hit the mid 60s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 33 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 45%. Winds are out of the north at 6 miles per hour. We may hit 60 today. Mostly sunny, 59 officially is what they're saying for our high today, with south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight with an overnight low of 23 degrees. Winds will be out of the south at around 5 miles per hour. Wednesday, sunny, mid-60s for a high tomorrow with northwest winds at around 5 miles per hour, 66 officially tomorrow. Tomorrow night, mostly clear with an overnight low of 25 degrees, northwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. Thursday, once again, mid-60s, mid to upper, 67 is what they're calling for a high on Thursday. Winds out of the northeast at around 5 miles per hour. Friday, looking at sunny skies, highs once again right around 67 degrees. Saturday and the weekend, cooler with a chance of rain on Saturday. They're talking a 20% chance of showers on Saturday. Partly cloudy, high of 54. And they're saying it looks like, well, it says snow in the morning. Slight chance of snow or rain and snow in the morning, and then just rain for the afternoon. So you might see a little bit of a mix in the AM. But high of 54, it's not going to be accumulating to much. Saturday night, partly cloudy, overnight low of 22, and then Sunday, mostly sunny, highs of 58. And then for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Monday, mostly sunny, highs right around 56. All right, it is 8:15. We're going to go ahead and take a 3-minute commercial break, and then on the other side of the break, we're going to play our interview we had with Matt Bristol from Bristol Law Office, just talking sage legal advice. That's coming up next. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925. We have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency.
A good night's sleep is so important. Did you know that proper sleep supports a healthy heart, decreases chances of weight gain, and boosts a positive mood? Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher with Carabelli Dental. It doesn't matter your age, sleeping issues can make any of us reach for that all-day cup of coffee. If you know you are not sleeping because of severe snoring or sleep apnea, come visit us. We can make you a small oral appliance that will help you sleep better and live better.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell, or call 622-4455.
Having trouble keeping up with the conversation? Here on Earth Hearing Center can help. Here on Earth is locally owned and operated and have been serving Southeast New Mexico since 1955. Let their experience help you with a free hearing assessment. If you do need a hearing device, they will guide you through every step of the process. They accept all types of insurance, including Medicaid, and all of their devices are made right here in the USA. Call and schedule your appointment today, 575-622-0375, or come by 2800 North Main, Suite 2, across from Target in Roswell. Here on Earth Hearing Center, get back in the conversation.
Pecans are a big deal here in Chaves County. We have some of the biggest orchards in the country, and lots of us have pecan trees in our yards. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Whether you have one pecan tree or 1,000 of them, this time of year, every pecan tree needs fertilizing. So come see us at Roswell Seed Company, and we'll get you fixed up with the right fertilizer for your pecan trees, so that next year, your nuts will be big and beautiful. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Astronauts are not allowed to eat beans before they go into space because passing wind in a spacesuit damages them. The suits or the astronauts? Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:26, and joining us in studio this morning from Bristol Law Office, all the way upstairs at Bristol Law Office, Matt Bristol with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mike. How are you doing?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Good. How were your holidays?
Good. Like I said, got out of town and had a good time with family.
Good.
Had to spend an extra day in Dallas because of the COVID and flight cancellations and all that stuff. But yeah, it was a good trip overall. So.
Well, good. We had a nice, quiet Christmas here.
Good deal. Just you and the missus.
Just me and the missus and the kitties. And
good deal. You know what? Those sometimes are the best Christmases. The quiet, just time with intimate family, and nothing crazy planned. Just fun time with family.
Well, she gave me COVID for Thanksgiving, so Christmas was nice. That was the holiday. Thanksgiving wasn't much of a holiday.
It was more giving at Thanksgiving and more thankfulness at Christmas.
There you go.
Very good. Well, for folks that aren't familiar, Matt joins us once a month from Bristol Law Office, and we always just talk sound legal advice, sage. I think sometimes we all think we're lawyers, but none of us really, unless you can get a law degree watching television, most of us aren't law experts. So sometimes we know just enough to be dangerous sometimes, and so Matt's here to kind of make sure the information you do have is good information, not something you learned off of Law and Order SVU or something.
Or from your neighbor. Oh, my gosh.
Exactly.
We get a lot of those. Well, my neighbor told me. No.
Yeah.
Not that way.
Yeah, some things are great word of mouth. Legal advice, not necessarily the best one there. That's
maybe lawn care, but not legal advice.
If you're looking for a guy to paint your house or something, talk to your neighbors. But if you're looking for legal representation, maybe talk to someone who's a legal representative.
So speaking of law school, I guess we could tell a law school story.
All right.
So, when we all went to college, you show up on the first day of the class, and this prof hands out a syllabus, tells you what book, what the first assignment is, and says, okay, well, we'll see you tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's your first class every day for 4 years.
Gotcha.
8 semesters. So before law school, I was across the street from the law school at the bookstore, kind of wandering around thinking, well, maybe the profs had posted up which textbooks they wanted us to use.
Mm-hmm.
And I overhear these 2 students talking, and I think, oh, my God. So I run across the street to the law quad. And I've never been there before, don't know what the buildings are, but I'm wandering aimlessly in the basement of the administration building, and assignments for the first day are posted.
Oh. You're like,
oh no. Oh my God. So I wrote down.
Like, I just tried to get a book.
Yeah. So I wrote down all the assignments and go back across the street to the bookstore and get these books. And they're not like history books. They don't tell stories. They're cases.
Okay.
They're decided cases, just
Gotcha.
legal decisions.
So it's basically the synopsis of the legal cases.
It's just a legal case, and you got to figure out what you have to glean from this cases you're reading, what they're trying to teach you. And so you're reading in law school 70 to 80 pages per class per day, trying to figure out, okay, what are they trying to teach me? So we get to the first class, the first day, Monday, 9 o'clock in the morning. And the professor calls roll and says, you get an hour credit, but my class always lasts an hour and a half. And then he starts with the A's, and he starts calling on people. Did you read the assignment? Mm-hmm. What's the first case? And, of course, nobody did. And he didn't stop till he got to the Z's.
Wow, and no one in.
And it says, all right, Mr. Winter, stand up, recite the facts of the first case. Well, Your Honor, Professor, you didn't. Well, if it wasn't for you, an intelligent young person would be sitting there. Sit out.
So, do you think you intentionally did this as your eye-opening welcome to law school?
Every class the first day did that.
Yeah.
Every class the first day. Oh my God, we had people losing their breakfast.
Sure. I guess they're trying to separate the serious from the just doing it because that's what their parents want them to do, kind of thing. I guess
it was like step on the gas, 100 miles an hour, rock and roll. Here we go. So we've been in class like 4 weeks, no exams, 5 weeks, no exams, 6 weeks, no tests. We're all starting to sweat bullets, So finally one day I raised my hand and professor calls on me. I said, yeah, when are we having our first test? He says, oh, you have a semester final. It's cumulative. That's it.
Oh, wow.
That's the only test.
So you got all this case study and then one shot to get through the test at the end there.
One shot. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah, no pressure.
Yeah, no kidding. Man.
He has a lot of stress.
Sure. But in reality, that's being a lawyer. You know what I mean? I know that sounds harsh and people are like, wow, that's brutal, but they're actually preparing you for what it's like to be an attorney once you're in a full-fledged attorney here.
You're always learning. You're always reading. Mm-hmm. You have to retain a lot of information.
Sometimes you have very little turnaround to get this stuff done, depending on when the judge decides things need to happen, and so they are in essence getting you prepared for that lifestyle because that's what life as an attorney is like. So makes sense.
Yeah. Well, we talk about several different things on the radio. We don't talk too much about real estate, but I had a friend call me on the weekend with a real estate problem. His family member in-law had bought a house in Roswell, and then after they bought the house, the roofer put a lien on the house because he didn't get paid from the previous owner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, can they do that? So I had to remember all my real estate, construction stuff, and so it's always got to retain a lot of information.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I mean that does happen. You always see when people buy homes and things, and then all of a sudden they find out there's a lien. And I'm guessing one of the more common ones, if the home is in an HOA, and the person didn't pay his HOA for years at a time or something, and you buy the house, and then you're on the hook for the HOA fees and all that kind of stuff. I imagine you might see it in those kind of scenarios.
Well, when you go through a title company, they usually find that stuff.
Gotcha.
And pre-existing liens. And so they'll have, get the liens paid from the closing, from the sale of the home. But an original contractor has 120 days to file a lien.
Okay.
So he could have done the work, the house could have sold, and then he files the lien. He's still within the 120 days.
Right. So in a scenario like that, in essence, if you don't pay that lien, you don't get to buy the house, right? I mean, or does it get to a point where, no, we're talking to judges and lawyers and all that kind of stuff?
Well, the construction industry had a really good lobby years ago.
Yeah.
And if an unlicensed person does contracting work, and that's defined in the statute as what a contractor is. If an unlicensed person does contracting work, they're not entitled to be paid for the labor or the materials.
Okay, if they're unlicensed.
If they're unlicensed.
Gotcha.
So in this case, roofer was probably licensed, don't know, but it's kind of a shock to all of a sudden get something in the mail that says, I just put a lien against your house because the previous owner didn't pay me.
Mm-hmm.
And so my friend was asking, well, gee, can they really do that? And the answer is, well, yeah, because the improvements went to the real estate
Mm-hmm.
and the liens against the real estate.
Right.
So you're asking, do we get the law involved, judges and things? And the answer is, well, maybe, maybe not, because that by statute, if that lien is not somehow enforced within 2 years, it just goes away.
Sure.
It just disappears.
Sure. Is there an argument for the homeowner that says, well, I've already paid for this when I bought the house, therefore you need to get that money from the person I bought the house from? I mean, is that a legal argument there? I mean, in theory, if it's something you bought that raised the value and in essence, oh, I paid more money because it has a new roof on it. I've already paid for this. You need to get that money from the person that I bought the house from. Is that an argument there or no?
The probably would not prevail. The improvements were made to the real estate. The lien is against the real estate. So let's take an example.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So you guys are leasing the building, and you decide you want more windows, so you hire somebody to put in some more windows and don't pay them.
Mm-hmm.
They can put a lien against the building, even though the building owner did not ask for the improvement.
Gotcha.
Because the improvement was on the real estate,
gotcha.
The building. So in our homeowner example, it's the roof was an improvement to the house. The lien goes to the house regardless of who owns the house.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a round robin. Actually, you're going to get three people involved in the lawsuit. You're going to get the contractor, the seller, and then the new homeowner.
Mm-hmm. I'm guessing, and obviously it goes to a case-by-case scenario, but I'm thinking if you can prove in your case that, no, I said I wanted the roof fixed and I paid an additional $10,000 to have the roof fixed. This guy fixed it but didn't pay you. I paid $10,000 extra to do this. Get the money from the other guy. I imagine, case by case, but you could probably make that argument if in fact that was done in the negotiations of this said property and that work was done.
Yeah, that argument, yeah.
Yeah, but obviously that's a case by case
scenario.
Yeah,
the seller of the home lied to me, committed fraud.
Yeah.
But so here's the funny thing is those insurance checks usually come in the name of the homeowner and the mortgage company.
Okay.
And so the mortgage company makes sure that the roofer gets paid.
Sure.
So where'd that check go?
So that wouldn't happen in theory if people were on the up and up from the get-go.
Yeah, so what happened to the insurance check? Was it mailed to the mortgage company or not? If it was, who signed it on their behalf?
Sure. But then again, we talk about contractors and things, and this is just not sage legal advice. This is just good life advice. Do your homework whenever you do hire a contractor to do your work on your home.
Make sure they're licensed. We have some good roofers in town.
Mm-hmm.
Years ago, I had a phone call, and somebody wasn't happy with the roofer, and immediately launches into this story and trying to get me sympathize with them or something, and how horrible the roofer was. And I'm like, whoa, back up. So who's the roofer?
Mm-hmm.
And so he told me who it was, and I said, they don't do bad work. So to tell me more.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out the homeowner goes on the internet, reads about roofing, and suddenly is expert.
Uh-huh.
And is trying to tell the roofer how to do his job. And
yeah.
No.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the internet can be a valuable tool, but it also can be make experts out of people that aren't experts in what they think they're experts in.
So for the new year, let's all resolve to have a little bit more common sense.
I love that one.
I saw on the news on the phone where there's a resort somewhere, I think it's somewhere in Europe, and there's a snowstorm, and there's 30 people caught in their cars, and many of them died. And so common sense tells you being in the car is fine, but when the snow's piling up, remove it from the exhaust people.
Yes.
Because if it covers up the exhaust, now you're getting that stuff into the car.
Then you're dealing with when people try to commit suicide in garages and start cars. You're asphyxiating yourself. So.
You sure are. So
Mm-hmm.
let's use a little common sense out there.
Yep. Well, it's just like your home. You light a fire and the chimney's closed. Guess what? You're going to have a problem with the flues closed. You got to open it up. It's the same principle with your car exhaust and all that. That's why it's called an exhaust, so it has a place for it to go.
Exactly.
If it doesn't go that way, it's going back into the car.
So I'll try to have a little common sense this year.
Yeah.
I think we all ought to resolve to be a little kinder, a little gentler.
Especially in the last 3 years here with COVID, we've kind of built walls around ourselves, and if anybody, you know what I mean, we tend to circle the wagons a little bit, and I get that, that's what we do. But we all sit on the same patch of dirt here. Let's all get together and understand, and we can all live and let live and get along. Even if we don't agree with someone's choices, we can still agree to disagree and live our lives happily.
Few of us are going to have the ability to change the world. And so my view is, well, let's just change our little corner of it and improve it.
I'm a big fan of that. How are you going to fix things by one, it's like, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? It's the same thing. Yeah. You want to make your community better, do small things. You pick your passion, pick your thing, and get involved with that.
And you're involved in the community, for example. So
yeah.
You just don't talk the talk, you walk the walk.
Absolutely, yeah. I probably stretched myself too thin and went the other way, but yeah, I love history, so I'm involved with the Historical Society, the Chamber. I do a lot of work with there. Occasionally scouting stuff from time to time. I'm asked there. American Legion, I get involved with. Leadership Roswell, another area which is kind of through the Chamber. I get involved with some of that stuff just because they're. I sit on a radio show every day and tell people get involved, and then I'd feel pretty bad if see y'all tomorrow, and then I go home and sit on my duff for 23 hours till the next show.
Yeah.
I don't do that, and but I don't do what I do either, and get involved in everything. I'd say find what your passion is, whether it's kids and sports, or kids and scouting, or kids in church, whatever that is, or if it's pets. Or if it's domestic violence, whatever your passion is that you want to help and make a difference in, find that thing and make a difference. And you'll find that if everyone did that, our community would be amazing.
Like you say, one bite at a time, and it makes a difference when everybody chips in.
Absolutely, yeah.
And speaking of children, if you're a divorced couple, how about not using the kids against the other parent this year? We see not a lot of that, but a fair amount of one parent using the kids against the other, or send messages, or, they're an hour late all the time without calling or letting somebody know. And so let's just kind of make the world a nicer place this year.
Absolutely. When you think about that, and I know the parents' intent is to get at each other with that kind of thing, but what you're really doing is you're messing with the kids.
Indeed.
And okay, and I don't care what age the children are, whether they're quote unquote young or mature enough to handle these kinds of things. Either way, you're sending the wrong message there. It's just a never good idea to try to pit the kids against the parents. You want the kids to respect both sets of parents equally here, and you want that and I know you may have your differences with the spouse there, but try not to let that bleed over in the kid's relationship with that spouse, because at the end of the day, it's going to make it worse for everybody. Your differences with your spouse, keep them between you and the spouse. Try to do everything in your power not to let that matriculate into the rest of the family.
Yep, that's very good advice, Mike.
Yeah.
So a part of resolutions, I think, is people should start making sure their own affairs are in order. If if you got young children, you need a will for who's going to raise those young children. If you're a single adult, or your children are single adults, you need to get a medical power of attorney, because without it, your kid goes in the hospital, and that's a pretty horrible thing not to be involved in their health care.
Absolutely. And especially, and I know COVID, this and that, but sometimes you can't even be in the room for this kind of stuff. And so you want to make sure now more than ever that those things are in order, in case you're like, you can't even be in the room to make that decision. Now that, the only voice you have is what's on that piece of paper sometimes.
Yeah. So I think everybody needs to get their affairs in order, treat business like business. If you haven't started your retirement contributions, before now is a good time to start.
Yeah, I know we always think beginning of the year or end of the year with taxes and all that kind of stuff, but this is really that time to start thinking about, what do I have for the future? How do I do? Maybe I should need to talk to someone about that. Sit down with a financial planner or something like that. I know Matt here is a lawyer and he talks legal stuff, but they kind of do go hand in hand in some things. So when it comes to your money and all that, talk to the the accountant, those legal experts. Make sure your affairs in order. But, definitely, and Matt's not going to try to tell you how to do your taxes because he's not a CPA. He's an attorney. And attorneys know enough to know that if it's not their area of exercise, they're not going to give you advice on it.
That's why I have an accountant.
That's right. He goes to a guy, he'll tell you his guy. But,
or in my case, got a gal. But, I use CPAs. And I don't try to do it myself.
Right.
Just have a little common sense going on there.
Yeah.
But I was looking on one of my articles on CNBC on the phone, and for a 45-year-old, how much would you have to save per month to have $1 million when you're 65 or 70, something like that? It was the equivalent of a house payment.
Wow. And who can afford a house payment, an extra house payment to put towards retirement right now?
Well, that's what happens when you wait till you're 45 instead of starting when you're younger. And of course, I guess one thing, if you ask most people, what would you have done different about saving for retirement? I think almost everybody would have said started earlier.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in your 20s, you just don't know how. No one takes the time to teach you.
Yeah.
No one takes you by the hand and say, this is how you do it.
Yeah. I almost think, and this is a great service that parents do for kids, but I almost think you almost need to educate them in that process.
Yeah.
Where people set up like funds for college or, something to get them started in their world when they do reach their independence and adulthood and things like that.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea to start some of this stuff. Say, what, we got an IRA already started for you. We got, we've already got some of that retirement type things in place for you. All you need to do is keep contributing to it, or keep on top of it here. Here's the person you talk to about it, and that's a great idea. But at the same time, make sure they're educated in every step of the process of what to do with it next, and how to keep it going into adulthood.
And part of that is the adults need to start learning themselves so they can teach the children.
Yeah.
But a lot of people just never take the time to educate themselves because it seems so far away. So it may not be immediate, but it is certainly a necessary thing to address. It is a 35-year journey, so you need to hurry up and start. So I had a friend of mine, and he had a small business. And he had 2 kids that were around teen age, one before, one after, teen and preteen, I guess. And so I asked him, do you have the kids on the payroll? He laughs. He says, what do you mean? And I said, well, the IRS has guidelines for how much you can pay a 12-year-old to do office work. Obviously, you can't give them, 6-figure salary.
Sure.
You can only pay them what
if they're really good at it?
The pay has to be reasonable for the job. So they can take out the trash, they can sweep, they can do different things. But the IRS has guidelines. And somebody looks at me and says, well, what's the point of that? I said, well, if you read how the Roth IRA language is worded, for a Roth IRA, you can contribute 100% of your income up to $6,000 a year.
Hear that? So if you pay your kid $6,000 a year, you can put all that into a Roth IRA
for the kid,
and for the kid directly. In essence, that's their paycheck for quote unquote office management or whatever you got them doing, taking out the trash or whatever it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that way they're earning, in essence, in the legal term, their nest egg right there.
That's it. You got a 12-year-old putting money away for retirement, and that money's going to grow, and you can add to it, and you start to parent yourself and then your child on these are the things to invest in. These are mutual funds, or it's Coca-Cola, Pepsi, whatever. And but back in '63, one share of stock for Coke cost $80, but minimum wage was $1.35. So who was buying stock back
Who can
then?
afford an $80
Right.
stock there, you know?
So that's why our grandparents never taught our parents, who didn't teach us about money, investing.
Because it didn't seem like a reasonable goal that they're going to get to. Yeah.
Couldn't afford it. So, so there are exceptions, but most people don't know about them. You can buy
Sure.
stock directly from corporations without going through a broker, and most people don't know that.
Yeah.
But I think resolving to educate oneself and especially one's children, because if your 12-year-old gets to be a multimillionaire when they're older, then they can take care of you.
Absolutely. Guess what? They got you a good wing in the house there down there. With your own craft room or whatever, that area. Absolutely. But here's the thing too, it's and technology has worked to our advantage, in some of this kind of information is now available to everybody, the lay person alike. And you know, and in theory, if you know how to open up an app, you can buy a stock nowadays, you know?
That's dangerous
Well,
stuff,
that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. There's the good, the bad, the ugly there. That's great that you have that ease of access. But if you don't go in knowing what you're doing, you can also easily destroy your financial future, too. I mean, because if you don't do this right, you literally could put yourself in a whole world of hurt.
There are bad investments out there, sure, and they're usually the ones that get the news.
So now more than ever, I think it's more important to educate and talk about, you know, I mean, yeah, you don't have to go over every stock with them and say this is good, this is bad, but at least get them to the understanding. Look, if you're going to buy stocks and things, talk to experts, do your research. Just don't go on a trend that everyone's doing and buy it because your buddy said you're going to make a bunch of money off this.
Yeah.
Do your own research and before you pull the trigger on anything like that.
Yeah, Bitcoin would be an example of something
Yeah.
that I would say is probably not a safe investment.
Sure.
Another article I was reading was in 2021, last year, more money went into the stock market in that 1 year than the prior 20 years.
Wow.
That is scary.
Yeah.
That is scary. And ooh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you big risk, big reward. I mean, there's always that thing, but if you don't know what you're doing, the risk is going to be much bigger than the reward. It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
In most things, driving a car, investing, if you don't know what you're doing.
And
it's
unfortunately,
dangerous.
there's enough people that get lucky every once in a while, and everyone thinks that they can get that lucky too. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to ruin your life. That's what's going to happen.
Well, and for the last 2 years, that's what people have mostly seen is that the market only goes up. And they make all this money on meme stocks or Bitcoin or GameStop or Robinhood. And oh, my God.
It's no different than when I was a kid. You know, when I was in 20s and all that, the dot-coms were booming, and it seemed like anybody that could get a website together was going to be a millionaire. You know what I mean? And for a hot minute, that was the case. But that fell out real quick. And next thing you know, all these companies, some that got quite large, there was companies like Excite. And you're like, who the heck's Excite? Exactly. They were like up there with Yahoo and all those. Now Yahoo's starting to go that way too, but you know, they were right there with AOL and Google and all that. And now Excite is a afterthought in something. But there was a lot of billionaires that aren't billionaires or even millionaires anymore, and that got to be billionaires real quick. And next thing you know, now they're sitting probably at a gas station looking for a job somewhere. You know.
Well, but sooner or later it blows up and things go south. When the 1929, the big market crash, how many car companies were there in America at that time? Any idea?
One?
Close to 100.
Oh, really? That many?
Yeah. Not many survived.
Yeah. Well, you know, and now that I think about it, wasn't that like the one thing, like during the Depression, or no one had a house, no one had a pot to pee in or a window to throw it out, but they had a car because everybody could get a car. Is that? I think I remember reading something about that. You know, like during the Depression era, like a lot of people even had cars, but no house or nothing, just because there were so many of them and readily available. I thought I remember reading that somewhere.
Don't know about that.
Yeah.
But the market crash, you know, wiped a lot of them out, just like the .com wiped out a lot of .com folks. And so now we've got people doing all these almost day trading like they were doing in 1998.
Yeah.
And it didn't end well then. It's not going to end well now. So read history, folks. So when you talk to your children about things, you don't tell them dumb stuff.
Absolutely. Well, we're about out of time, but I can tell you this. There is no shortcuts in life. Mm-hmm. I know there's a lot of times, and you think there's a get rich quick or a shorter path to get your goal, and 9 times out of 10, that is not true. The only way to do it is the hard way.
Yep.
Dedication, hard work, do your time, do your studying, do your due diligence.
Yep.
And then, and only then, you're probably got a good chance of coming out successful.
Very true, very true.
Yep, it's just a life you're going to learn that hard lesson in many different facets. You're going to be watching TV and think there's some magic drug that's going to make you lose 10 pounds overnight. And sure, it might, but it might kill you later. And that's the thing is, if you want to be healthy, guess what? You got to eat healthy. You got to work out. You got to do all those things. It's no different in life. If you want to have sound financial planning, you've got to do the work and do the time to make that happen.
Put in the time and effort. Educate yourself. Absolutely.
Well, we got a little fact or fiction to wrap this up with here.
Well, so so in German, the word for child is, do you know?
German? No, I don't know German.
Kind, K-I-N-D.
Okay.
So it's one kind, and the plural is kinder.
Kinder.
Kinder. That's why it's called kindergarten.
Oh, okay. Now it makes sense.
It's children's garden.
Yeah, okay.
Huh, who knew, huh?
I never thought 2 words of but as soon as you say that, it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And it probably, when you hear of all the different other machinations of kinder, this and that, yeah, all related. Okay.
So a story I heard once that I think is kind of funny is back in the 70s, the airport at Frankfurt underwent huge renovations. They changed up several of the runways and what directions they went. So after the renovations, this British Airways plane comes in, and the pilot takes the wrong turn. He's going the wrong way on the runway.
Oops.
Not easy to fix. And so when the tower guys just went off on him, and all airport stuff is in English. It's always in English. It's just how the world does it.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So the Frankfurt air traffic controller just goes off on the pilot on an open mic. So every plane around the airport
makes an example out of him.
In the air, on the ground, here in the sky, just go off. Oh, you're so stupid. I can't believe you took the wrong turn. Where'd you get your pilot's license? Blah, 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 blah. And ends with, haven't you ever been to Frankfurt before? And the British pilot says, well, yeah, but it was dark. It was 1945. We didn't stop. Silence. Squash that down real quick.
By the way, you're welcome. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
And if you're wondering, well, how'd that end? Go pick up a history book. You'll figure.
Exactly. Yeah. Go to the library, get a real book.
That's right. Oh, that's funny.
Well, thank you so much, Mike. I enjoyed
As
it.
always, appreciate the conversation here. We'll see you next time. And of course, if anybody has any legal issues here, especially when it comes to family law or anything like that, BristolLawOffice.com. You can set up through there an appointment to sit and have a consultation with Matt and go from there, whether you need more legal advice or just a couple things and go on about your day. He'll be happy to help you out there.
Come see us, give us a call. And thank you again, Mike. Enjoyed it.
Every time. Appreciate you. All right.
Now for your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. Thanks for joining us this hour. Our top story, the public is invited to attend an artist lecture and opening reception for Relocations, work by Roswell artist in residence fellow Marie Alarcon. The event is planned for January 15th through February 27th. The opening reception will be this Friday, the 14th, starting at 5:30. Alarcon is a multimedia artist who works primarily in nonfiction film. The annual Roswell Father-Daughter Dance is scheduled for February 12th this year. The event running from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Recreation and Aquatic Center. Tickets are available for $10 for adults and one daughter and $3 per additional daughter. You can make special memories at this year's Father-Daughter Dance, and you don't have to be a father, just a special male figure in her life. Registration available via a link on the City of Roswell main website. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. It looks pretty nice over the next couple of days, and our temperatures will be warming up with high pressure parking over eastern New Mexico. Could be a little bit breezy today, and our afternoon high will be in the upper 50s, and we should get plenty of sunshine. Overnight, mid to upper 20s and a few clouds, and then plenty of sunshine on Wednesday and Thursday. Looks like we'll hit the mid 60s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
With the SRN News Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. This year's tax filing season will begin on January 24th, 17 days earlier than last year, the Internal Revenue Service announced Monday. The IRS is warning that a resurgence of COVID-19 infections on top of less funding authorization from Congress than the Biden administration had requested could make this filing season particularly challenging. Federal Reserve Vice Chair Richard Clarida said Monday that he will step down on Friday, the third Fed official to resign in the wake of a trading scandal at the central bank. The announcement followed new revelations around Clarida's trading in a stock fund in 2020, when the coronavirus threatened to upend the global economy, and the Fed was discussing extraordinary measures to counter its impact. On Wall Street, the Dow down 162 points, the Nasdaq rose 7, and the S&P 500 lost 6 points. With the SRN News Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Hi, I'm Dennis Kintai, Mayor of Roswell. Since becoming mayor in 2014, we've accomplished a lot. We've cleaned out numerous derelict structures that spoil our neighborhoods. We've constructed a state-of-the-art aquatic center. We have built 2 new splash pads in city parks for families to enjoy. We have invested over $25 million to revitalize our air center. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the city of Roswell has stayed open and free while we work to ensure everyone's safety. Today, we are under attack from those trying to impose Santa Fe values on our way of life. I will always fight to keep Roswell values front and center. We've done a lot, but there's more to be done. I'm asking you to vote to keep me, Dennis Kintai, as your mayor on March 1st. Together, we can keep Roswell free. This is Dennis Kintai, and I approve of this ad.
The ultimate Wi-Fi experience is now available to you thanks to Smart Home Wi-Fi with Plateau. Get fiber-to-home technology 100 times faster than the average household internet speed. Plateau has multiple plans to fit your family. With Fast, get true 100 megs per second upload and download speed. With Faster, get true 500 meg. And with Fastest, get 16 gigs of download and upload speeds. Learn more at plateaufiber.com. Get the speed you need with Plateau. Tried, true, trusted.
When you think of home health care here in Roswell, what's the first thing that pops into your head? That's right, Frontier Medical. We've been doing it better than anyone else for over 20 years. From in-home nursing to physical therapy and so much more. Doctors and hospitals from Albuquerque to Lubbock and everywhere in between have been trusting their patients to us here at Frontier Medical. So when it's time to make a choice, remember Frontier Medical. 575-627-1112. Frontier Medical.
Name to remember. Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it'd be too difficult or take too much time? Then try Babbel. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel teaches you conversations that you will actually use. With 14 languages and lesson topics like travel, business, relationships, and more, you'll learn what matters most to you. Babbel. Language for life. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com.
Hi, I'm Flo from Progressive. If you love the sports like me, you get annoyed with your team or player. So Progressive's going to help take your mind off your team or that player for a moment. Instead of thinking about how they lost that thing recently, think about Progressive letting you compare our direct rates side by side with competitors to easily find the lowest option. Don't worry, your sports ball team or player will get him next time. Hope this distraction from Progressive about easily comparing rates was helpful to not think about that last game or match or season. I mean, even though I love sports ball.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. China has more English speakers than the United States. They have more Chinese speakers, too. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:57. Stay tuned next hour, about 9:15 or so. Robert Reynolds will be joining us. Robert pops by once a month for a visit. Keeps us up to date on things happening through like his poetry group, the High Plains Poetry Society, gospel singing, his church, various things around town, things happening, say, at the zoo and Roswell Museum and things like that. So he'll give us an update on things happening in town and around town next hour here, about 9:15 or so. I was going to mention also, too, that if you miss any part of our show or anything, don't forget ksvptv.com. Click on the Mornings with Mike Winters channel, and there you'll find everything you need to get out there and watch our videos. It's, from like this morning we had Isabella Solis on, candidate for lieutenant governor. You can go back and check that out at your leisure. After the show today, probably about 11, it'll be separated there from the rest of the stuff there, too. Also, for high school basketball fans, Got It Rocket, you'll find a lot of the stuff on video, ksvptv.com. Leadership Roswell Alumni Association Candidate Forum, when that's happening here on February 1st. And when you go to ksvptv.com, you'll be able to watch it there. We'll have that for you. That'll be taking place there at the auditorium there, the RSD auditorium, there for folks to, just like the last time they happened there. And I highly recommend people go out and attend that. It'll be February 1st. I'll give you the time and everything as we get a little closer. I believe it's going to be around 5:36 or so, but we'll get that all nailed down and get all that for you. But there's a lot of folks running in this upcoming municipal election here. I think February 2nd, I don't have the info right in front of me, but off the top of my head, somewhere around February 2nd is when early voting begins here. And then, of course, first part of March there will be election day. But before you vote informed and use things like this candidate forum. We're going to be interviewing guests over the next month or so here, candidates. We're going to start getting them lined up and on off-from times on the show here this month and next. But before you vote informed. That way, when you go into the polling location, you know who you're going to vote for, and you know why you're going to vote for that person. We've got 4 different candidates for mayor. We've got every city council seat that's up for this election, with the exception of the 5th ward. We'll have at least 2 candidates to vote for. Angela Moore is running for re-election in Ward 5. She's running unopposed. But Ward 4, 3, 2, and 1, they all have candidates. Some, I know Ward 2 has 3. I want to say Ward 3 or 4 has like 4 candidates, and 1 has like 2. It's a busy one, so get out there. All right, you listen to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, or Roswell, New Mexico.
From townhall.com, I'm Rich Thomason. The teachers are back today. Tomorrow, the students will return to the public school classrooms of Chicago. An agreement between the city and the teachers union over COVID testing protocols, ending a standoff that had closed schools for 5 days. The Northeast in the icebox, with the feel-like temperature plunging to 40 below in some spots, closing schools, chasing people indoors. New York City is shivering.
On this early morning in Brooklyn, it's about 18 degrees, but it feels even colder, and people here on the streets bundled up, telling me they're wearing 2 and 3 layers and still are not warm. Forecasters expect today to be the coldest day in the city since January 2019. But the deep freeze is forecast to ease a bit by tomorrow as highs climb back into the upper 30s and more so on Thursday. But then the weekend is expected to be a cold one, with temperatures dipping back down into the teens. In New York, I'm Julie Walker.
And no thaw in the icy relations between Washington and Moscow over Ukraine, following round 1 of diplomatic talks between the two countries.
Moscow went in insisting on guarantees to halt NATO's eastward expansion and even roll back the military alliance's deployments in Eastern Europe. the demands that Washington had earlier firmly rejected as a non-starter. Speaking with reporters, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said, "So far, let's say we see no significant reason for optimism." Further Russia-US meetings are set for later this week. I'm Charles Dilladesma.
Investigators trying to determine why safety doors failed to close in a New York City high-rise when a deadly fire broke out. The failures allowing thick smoke to spread through the tower, killing 17 people. Wall Street, the Dow down 180 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
So I invested in one of those fancy new exercise bikes. Without a doubt, a very special tool to help me get healthier. The problem is 3 days go by, then 4, and I've done nothing. And then it's night 5, and I'm sitting at the kitchen table, and I look down at myself, and I can't help but just laugh. Because there I am, wearing the exercise t-shirt that came with the bike, and I'm eating 2 corn dogs. And I think we'd all agree, the special tool only matters if we use it to our benefit. At United Faith Mortgage, we believe we have an advantageous tool for you. Our mortgage team is an arm of a bigger company who is a direct lender, which means our company gets to use its own money and make its own decisions. There's no middleman. And often, this allows us to get you a better rate on your refinance or new home purchase, which can save you monthly and lifelong money. We are United Faith Mortgage.
United Faith Mortgage is a DBA of United Mortgage Corp. 25 Middle Park Road, Melville, New York. Licensed mortgage banker. For all licensing information, go to nmlsconsumeraccess.org. Corporate NMLS number 1330. Equal housing lender. Licensed in Alaska, Hawaii, Georgia, Massachusetts, North Dakota, South Dakota, or Utah.
The president of Kazakhstan says a Russian-led military force will start withdrawing its troops from the country in 2 days after completing its mission, aimed at quelling public unrest triggered by soaring fuel prices in the energy-rich country.
This morning, President Tokayev addressed Parliament, and he said that the situation had stabilized in all parts of the country to such an extent that the Russia-led peacekeeping mission had basically been completed successfully. And he said that the foreign troops would begin withdrawing from Kazakhstan in a couple of days. That withdrawal due to last 10 days. So as far as the president is concerned, the crisis is pretty much over.
That's a BBC's Steve Rosenberg. Bulgaria's top leaders are self-isolating after being in contact with the parliamentary speaker who tested positive for COVID-19. News and analysis at townhall.com. Health Secretary Becerra is ordering Medicare to reassess a big premium hike that millions of seniors will face this year.
That increase was largely attributed to a pricey new Alzheimer's drug with questionable benefits. Becerra's directive comes after drug maker Biogen slashed the price of its $56,000 a year medication, Aduhelm, to $28,200 a year. Becerra says with the 50% price drop of Aduhelm on January the 1st, there is a compelling basis to re-examine the previous recommendation. John Scott reporting.
President Biden travels to Atlanta today, a trip that will focus on voting and election reform, the major changes that are being sought by the Democrats. According to the White House, Mr. Biden will voice support for changing Senate filibuster rules in order to pave the way for action on the Democrat proposals. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The Travelician, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Chris and Daryl.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to it. Hope you're having a good one so far.
Indeed.
Got a couple things for parents out there, if you're interested. Parenting classes taught by Sally Green will be happening Tuesdays from 5 to 6:30 p.m. on Zoom, beginning January 18th. If you're interested in signing up, contact 575-840-5731, or you can email roswellwfl at outlook.com and sign up and get a Zoom link. It's through Wings for Life. So if you go to www.roswell-wingsforlife.org, you can find more information about it too. It's for all parents of students, toddlers through high school age. So if you're interested in some Zoom classes there and some parenting, I guess it's a little bit of a support group too for folks, and compare and contrast kind of thing. So
those are great. I'm telling you, I went through a program last year. I'm trying to get the ladies who ran the program. It's through the school. I'm trying to get them in to talk to you about the program as soon as they're allowed or given the green light to go. It's called Triple P Stepping Stones for parents, and it's a great program. I mean, it's fantastic. Several steps, and it also provided kind of a support group for parents who were in similar situations and have a lot of questions you just need answers for.
I'd love to talk to them, learn more about. But if you're interested in this one here through Wings for Life, again, call 575-840-5731 or shoot an email, roswellwfl at outlook.com.
Just remember Roswell Waffle.
Yeah, Wings for Life is what it's short for. And they do amazing work over there at Wings for Life. Other thing, parents, I'd like to put on the radar, particularly dads on this one.
Yes.
The city of Roswell will once again be hosting their annual father-daughter dance. It's always around Valentine's Day, even though it's not technically on Valentine's Day. It's a opportunity for a city's been doing this for years. It'll be at the Roswell Recreation and Aquatic Center. In the recreation part, not the aquatics part. It's kind of hard to dance in a full pool.
It is. It's... You know what I always think of that one scene though in was it It's a Wonderful Life? Where they're all on the dance floor, and then I always wanted the gym that had the pool under the gym floor. Like that always seemed like such a cool thing.
It is pretty cool in theory. I'm sure it's a logistic nightmare.
Oh, probably.
And maintenance
just
nightmare.
in this one dance. I mean, remember what happened? The floor opens up and everybody gets a little wet.
We're all European today, but. But the father-daughter dance will be taking place on February the 12th. Tickets are available at the event through the Roswell Connect website, roswellconnect.com. If you go through there, tickets cost $10, and that's for one adult and a daughter. Each additional daughter is $3. So if you have more than one daughter and you got a free dance card for all the daughters, then it's just $3 for each additional daughter. It's from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Roswell Recreation Aquatic Center.
I was so bad for my buddy Aaron. He's got through his relationship, he's got 3 new adopted daughters, and he takes every single one of them to the daddy-daughter dance every year.
Cool.
So
it's a tradition. I know you've taken your daughter a couple times.
And we're hopefully going to go again this year.
All right.
So
I got to ask, does the boy get jelly, or is he too young to care?
Oh, he's far too young to care. He could give a shoot at this point.
I'm thinking. I would imagine.
He's like, you go. You know what his mindset is? He's like, she's gone. I'm gonna play with her tablet while she's gone.
I get you. It's like big sis is not here. It's my world now.
Now, in fairness, he does get very attached. Like there's moments where he's like, I want my Rhiannon, or I want my Nan, whatever.
That's great.
So there's those moments, but yeah, he's willing to let go.
He's starting to push the boundaries in one little me time. Little independence.
Yeah.
Good for him. So, but now let me ask: does Rhiannon enjoy the dance? Like,
she does.
Does she treat it like a special little thing, or okay?
No, she's a huge fan, and we'll do this at home and stuff. I'll put music on or whatever, and we'll dance around and twirl and stuff. And she loves to kind of dance around and try to dance, but not really just joke around.
Sure.
And stuff. Mostly it's just me spinning her around and stuff.
Okay. But I don't know if you do the slow songs or is it all
like the her feet on mine?
Yeah.
I'm afraid at this point that would probably break a toe. She's thick. She's got a lot of core. She's got a lot of core strength.
She's tall too. She's tall for her age.
She's very tall for her age.
Yeah. So you might have a linebacker there.
Mm-hmm. We're training up for us. Yeah. The girls' football league.
Forget that. I'll be playing for the Coyotes out there, or you kick some tail. Yeah. But no, she's too smart.
But yeah,
that's great. It'll be good fun. I'm just like, do you put on like a little suit and she got a little dress and y'all?
Yeah,
do
the last time we
thing?
went, I did a. I'm trying to remember the outfit. I just had kind of just like a button down and did some nice pants, decent shoes. Did my hair up all nice.
Take her out someplace fancy like Red Lobster.
What I did was in past is I would like leave the house, drive around the block or whatever, and then pull up and pick her up.
Oh, like a prom scenario.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it's really cool too.
Take pictures and everything.
You get there and they have you get like I'm not sure if it's going to be the same as this year, but last year they had like a chocolate rose that they give to the daughter.
Yeah, cool.
And then there's a photo booth over in the corner with all kinds of little props and stuff, so you can go and take pictures and stuff.
Stuff for the kids would like and make it seem special and feel special to them.
Yeah, it's a cool experience.
Well, that'll be nice. So you too can have that experience with your daughters.
Indeed.
Again, February 12th, 6 to 9 p.m. at the Roswell Recreation and Aquatic Center. Cost is $10 for an adult and a daughter, $3 for every additional daughter. Ages 5 through 18 is the window there. So bring your high school daughters, bring your elementary school daughters.
Especially, I will say this, especially your high school daughters, because this is one of your last chances to have those memories.
They're gone and found their love of their life, and they're moving on to being adults. So it might be your last chance for one last dance with
They'll
your little
play
girl.
that one song, the I loved her first.
Yeah. Hopefully there's a lot of Kleenex on hand. There's going to be a bunch of dads crying. But it sounds like it'll be a lot of fun. So, again, go to RoswellConnect.com. You can go there, and while you're there getting tickets for the Valentine's Day father-daughter dance, you can check out about passes to the Aquatic Center or the zoo or any of the recreational side of the city of Roswell.
It's your one-stop shop for all the need-to-know info.
Absolutely. Here's what we have on tap for this hour of the show. Special dance between Sean...
Toad the Wet Sprocket, Daddy-Daughter Dance Hour. Woo! It's going to get weird in here.
Actually, I was thinking of popping some, like, Grease old, like, Blue Moon.
Oh, God. You were standing alone. Yeah, I know.
I could see you.
Couples only skate. It's going to be me and Tanner dancing at a respectable 6-foot distance.
Hey, I don't care what anybody says. When it was guys only skate and Pour Some Sugar on Me came out on there, I was a cool cat. I come out there, my rollerblades.
Yeah, we let the bomb ever come and get. You're just doing cross cat.
Uh-huh.
Yep, I can see it.
Uh-huh.
You flip to the back and you start back skating. I could never do any of those things.
I could on rollerblades. I don't know about a 48-year-old man doing it, but I could
probably
back in the
do
day.
rollerblades today, but like I tried on roller skates a while back. It was not.
I need to do that. I need to go and get my rollerblades out and see if I still have any of those skills left in my ability.
I imagine with you, it's like riding a bike.
Yeah.
I learned late with rollerblades and stuff. I learned ice skates, but I was never good on them.
Yeah, so I played hockey.
Right.
So
you had
I was proficient on skates and roller ice.
I was okay on rollerblades. I was never very good on ice skates.
Yeah.
We had a ice skating rink in Rio Rancho, like when I lived up there, which was really cool. It was like it was a combination. It was called Blades. It's a combination rollerblading rink and then ice skating rink on the other side.
Nice.
So I, practiced a lot of ice skating. I was just never good at it.
Yeah. I know if I did do it today, like if I said I'm going to bust out my blades, I would require a hockey stick.
Mm-hmm.
Because think of the Walendas with their walking stick.
Right.
Like when they walk across the tightrope and they got that big giant pole. I think the hockey stick for me is that.
It provides that counterbalance.
And since I skated and played hockey, I always when I had skates on, I had a hockey stick in my hand. So, I mean, I can skate like public skate, but it was never as natural to me as when when I got the skate. Like I'm a better skater with the hockey stick in my hand.
Yeah.
If I'm just doing open skate, I'm a little. I feel a little wonky.
I think what always threw me off with ice skates specifically was the blades. Was the fact the danger factor. Like, I could sever a finger at any point in time if I mess this up.
In my opinion, ice skating is easier than rollerblading.
Go to heck.
In my opinion. Because it's a lot easier to stop and to maneuver on ice skates versus rollerblades. You can stop on a dime in hockey skates. It's really hard to do that on rollerblades.
If you're good enough, you can stop on a dime. Because what happened if I try to do what you're pitching that I do?
Stop.
What's going to happen is I'm going to go, bam! That's what happens to people like me.
I think once you try it, you figure out you'll do it. You know, crossing over and all that. It's just something that comes natural to you. Once you figure out your center of gravity.
Something that comes natural to you.
After enough time, it does.
Maybe after enough time. But I think because I learned late. It's like learning Spanish as a second language. You're not going to be as proficient in it. So I'm just not as proficient in that as I am in, say, bike. Or even rollerblades. I can do rollerblades.
Well,
with rollerblades, I could always, if not, stop on a dime, but I could always swerve around to
and
where
you
I was
can
okay.
kind of hockey stop on rollerblades. It's not good for the wheels or anything, so I don't do it often. But in a game scenario, I would be times I've done
terrifying.
It.
That is terrifying to me when you go forward on your skates.
Yeah.
Because that has, I'm going to pitch forward and crack all my teeth written all over it.
On my rollerblades, the stopper's in the back.
Oh, okay.
I remove it most of the time.
That's why I couldn't do Heelys.
If I could remove it, if I had the ability, because sometimes it's hard onto the rail, so you can't take it off. But I took mine off because it got in my way. You either T-stop or kind of a spin-a-rooney roller, kind of a hockey stop, but more of a roll around, like kind of spin in place.
Yeah, it's more of a skid.
Yeah.
Skid stop.
Yeah. But I haven't done any of that since my 20s. So I don't know. I'm probably a bit rusty.
A scotch, but I'd imagine that
I want to do it though. I want to get my stick, and I've got rollerblades. I haven't touched them in 20 plus years, so they probably need some service. So I probably need to get in there and clean up the bearings and get the wheels.
We got to figure out how we can utilize this.
If we can find a good spot that's got a good patch of pavement that I can roll around smoothly.
I'll tell you, we've got a great patch, right? I know exactly where, like, for example, my friends go is the parking lot right behind the convention center.
Yeah, I could probably go over there and skate around. See if someone films me.
Thomas, if you're listening, set it up. Let's make it happen. We'll set up a little like challenge course, like an obstacle course for you.
Give me some warm up, and then I'll start tackling it. But,
and then I figure every obstacle will it could be like something for like a charity or something. We'll figure out something.
Jumping and stuff. I played hockey.
I'm not talking about jumping. I'm talking about more like weaving like in and out of like cones and stuff.
I could do that.
Like if we set up like a cone course for you.
Yeah. In my head, I can do all that. Now, I haven't put on skates in 30 some years.
We could do it like American Gladiator style, where each spot you have to like take a shot with like a stick.
Oh, I'd love to shoot around.
Like in that one American Gladiator, we have to go to the different positions and shoot the different. Yeah. So each spot has like a different stick waiting for you, and you have to take a slap shot.
Give
me
a street hockey ball. I got a stick, and we can do this.
Boom. All right.
I can juggle with it too.
Some shows do their R&D back behind the curtain.
Oh, we do it right here.
It's all right here.
I can juggle with the hockey. You ever
can you really?
That? Yeah, we can
tap it up.
Yeah, I can do that.
Full tiger on us.
I could do all. I mean, I've done it in 100 years, but I could, even with the ball.
So you're saying you can do it in that same mindset of, I could probably do a kip up.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Once I get out there, my body's like, dude, you're 48. You can't do this.
That's what I'm saying.
Anymore.
It's like, in my mind, up here,
I got it.
I could do a kip up.
The moves in my head, everything, the muscle memory is there. I got it.
Right.
It's just I haven't done it, and so like, are my feet gonna get in this thing and like, oh, you're funny, your ankles can handle this now? Yeah, right. I mean, I don't know how much of that's gonna happen.
Yeah, it has been a while since you put pressure on that specific part of your knees and your hips. So
yeah, but I'm anxiously wanting to try it.
I'm curious.
I'd love to get out there because in my head, I'm going to get out there, and it's like I never left off. I just start skating around and crossing over and take a couple slappers, and oh my goodness.
Danger Zone is playing in your head.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm ready. But we'll see. Highway to the danger zone, playing with the boys.
All right, Thomas, make it happen.
Playing. So I shouldn't go playing with the boys. It's 9:21. Here's your weather. Time to come back to reality.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. It looks pretty nice over the next couple of days, and our temperatures will be warming up with high pressure parking over eastern New Mexico. Could be a little bit breezy today, and our afternoon high will be in the upper 50s, and we should get plenty of sunshine. Overnight, mid to upper 20s and a few clouds, and then plenty of sunshine on Wednesday and Thursday. Looks like we'll hit the mid 60s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 38 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 37%. Winds are, in fact, calm at the moment. Mostly sunny today. We might reach 60. Officially, they're saying 59 for a high. Under sunny skies with south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight. Expect an overnight low of 23 with south winds at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, sunny skies, mid-60s for a high tomorrow, 66 officially. North winds at around 5 miles per hour. Wednesday night, mostly clear with an overnight low at 25. Northeast winds at around 5 miles per hour. Thursday, another sunny and 67 day for a high, mid to upper 60s. Northwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. Friday, mostly sunny. Highs, once again, right around 67. Then for Saturday, they're talking rain and snow chances. Not much of them, though. A 20% chance of some rain and snow showers in the morning, then just some rain showers for tomorrow or Saturday afternoon. Partly cloudy with a high of 54, and like I said, all of that, only a 20% chance of precipitation, which I'm not great at math, but I can figure out that's an 80% chance it won't do anything. So there you go. Sunday, mostly sunny, highs lingering in the upper 50s, 58 there, and then for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Monday, mostly sunny, highs right around 56 expected. All right, it is 9:23. We're going to take a 3.5-minute commercial break, and then Robert Reynolds will join us on the other side, give us an update on what's happening around town. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Have you ever had someone do something kind and out of the ordinary for you? How did that make you feel? I know for me, it brightens my day. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and Julie Smotherman for The Joy of Marriage.
Galatians 6:9 says, "Let us not get tired of doing what's right, for after a while we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't get discouraged and give up." I've learned when you don't know what to do, just do the next right thing. Keep sowing good things into your spouse and your family. Be patient. God promises He will give you a harvest. It will make a difference. A successful farmer just keeps on working and expects to have a great harvest.
I know when my husband brings me flowers, it blesses me. So do something unexpected for your spouse. It will pay off.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
The ultimate Wi-Fi experience is now available to you thanks to Smart Home Wi-Fi with Plateau. Get fiber-to-home technology 100 times faster than the average household internet speed. Plateau has multiple plans to fit your family. With Fast, get true 100 megs per second upload and download speed. With Faster, get true 500 meg. And with Fastest, get 16 gigs of download and upload speeds. Learn more at plateaufiber.com. Get the speed you need with Plateau. Tried, true, trusted.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925. We have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency.
Ladies and gentlemen, So Easy Sewing finally has our most popular sewing machines and sergers back in stock. We have the Zest, our entry-level machine, on sale for $149. We have the Amazing Jazz 2, which boasts a 12-inch throat, on sale for $799, and our #1 selling Verve sewing embroidery combo machine on sale for $999. All machines include lifetime instruction on the use of the machine. Hurry in to 200 East College Boulevard in Roswell to claim your new machine before they're gone. So Easy Sewing. You've never had it so easy.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit NationalGuard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 47.2% of all statistics are made up on the spot. Is this true? I'd say chances are about 50%. Here's Mike Winters.
Stats, they're fantastic. Good morning. It is 27 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning for his monthly visit, Robert Reynolds back with us. Morning, Robert.
Morning, Mike. Morning, everybody.
Happy New Year to you and your family. Yeah. Did you have a good celebration ringing in the new year?
Yeah, I went to bed at 10 o'clock.
Nice. That's the way I like ringing it in too early.
I figured it'd be there if I wake up.
That's right. Well, I wake up in the morning, it's the new year. Whether the ball dropped and I saw it or not, I guess, right?
Well, years ago, I had too many hangovers.
There you go.
When I was younger.
Yeah, the younger we are, we think it's great. And as we get older, we're like, psh, I'll stay up an hour later. That's my tribute to to New Year's. For folks that aren't familiar, Robert joins us each month and fills us in on a lot of different things and events that happen in and around our community here. Good news is some places that have been closed for a long time are starting to open their doors again here. Unfortunately, Senior Circle is still closed. We have not heard one way or another whether that's going to be opening anytime soon, but hopefully they'll be opening up here in 2022 at some point.
Yeah, I called the hospital and they don't know nothing yet.
Okay, I think they're probably just they got bigger fish to fry right now, so they're probably tending to those needs, and then when they feel it's appropriate, they'll address Senior Circle and that kind of stuff. But good news is for folks that have been wanting to go over to the Wilson Cobb Library for the Genealogical Society, they are now opening back up their doors to the public here and to folks that love to come out and do some genealogy with them.
Yeah, this is the first time in almost 2.5 years at 1:30 at Wilson Cobb Library.
Okay.
It's just coming Thursday the 13th, and everybody's welcome to come.
Okay.
And about the ancestors, and they're going to have a special guest speaker.
Oh, great. So that's this Thursday, 1:30 p.m., again at the Wilson Cobb Library, which is it's right here on Richardson. It's right up the street there.
Yeah, on the corner of Richardson and Alameda.
Yes, yeah, right there. And then, of course, if you're interested in becoming a member, it's like $5. It's very affordable for the year. It's to be a member of the Genealogical Society. And the great thing about it is they have all the accesses to the Ancestry.coms and all that stuff, but they also have the Wilson Cobb Library that's got a huge index and library of genealogical history of people in our community, and you have access to all of that as well, too, to becoming a member. So
yeah, they're open from 1 to 4 on Wednesday and Friday.
Okay.
If we can come in and use the books and stuff.
Okay, but if you'd like to come out this Thursday, 1:30, for their special meeting and presentation with a guest speaker and everything else there. And, of course, talk to the staff there if you're interested in becoming more involved with the Genealogical Society.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool. So this Thursday. Give us an update on your High Prairie Poetry Society. You guys are just now getting back to meeting again. How's everything going there?
Yeah, it's doing good. I gained 2 people. I got 13 people now.
Nice.
And we're meeting at Burger King this coming Saturday at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
And any age is welcome to come out and do the poetry listen, do poetry, read poetry, whatever.
Okay.
And just show up and you can have a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like you said, this Saturday, you come on at 2 o'clock, you said?
Yeah.
Come out to the Burger King, and you guys will have a corner there at the place, and you can sit down, and if you'd like to recite some poetry you wrote and share, awesome. Yeah. If you just want to come and sit and listen to other people recite poetry, awesome. If you want to do something maybe that you didn't necessarily write, but it means something special to you and want to share with others, come on out. And like I said, if you just want to come and hang out and socialize and learn a little and hang out with some people that like poetry too, come on out to the Burger King again this Saturday at 2 o'clock. I'm sure if you're hungry, you can get a meal or something there. And if not, you can just sit down and enjoy a cup of coffee or a beverage and sit and take part in the meeting there, too.
We're only there about 2.5 hours.
Okay, very good. So, again, that's this Saturday, 2 o'clock at the Burger King here in Roswell.
Yeah.
Perfect. Give us, of course, Vitalent. They've got blood drives coming up. Give us an update there.
Yes, Vitalent blood donation.
Mm-hmm.
They need O positive in any type. And their number is 575-840-8178.
Yes, for folks here in Roswell, excuse me, hiccups, they got a blood drive this Friday, January 14th, at the Vitalent office from 11 to 3. And then if you want to get an appointment, just call the number that Robert mentioned here. It's Stephanie. You can also text that number. It's her cell phone. So you can call or text Stephanie with Vitalent, 575-840-8178. If you can't make Fridays, they'll do it again Tuesday next week, the 18th, from 1 to 5 at the Vitalent office. So sign up and donate blood, especially if you're the O or those more rare blood types that are always in demand. Get on the regular schedule there with Vitalent if you can. It's a very easy way to help out in our community, and we got some great people that have donated like gallons and gallons of blood. They do on the regular. You're pretty regular. You go a couple times a year.
I go every 2 months.
Yeah, so about 6 times a year you're going to donate blood, so it's great. But if you'd like to get involved, call Stephanie at Vitalent, 575-840-8178 there. Talk about what's happening at Trinity Methodist Church. Talk about services and everything there.
Trinity Methodist Church is a 9 a.m. service, 11 a.m. service, and I sing in the 9 a.m. service, and everybody's welcome to come. And in our early service, we just have 10 people, but you never know if somebody is listening. If you want to go to a church, we got nice people and everything.
Yeah.
And Pastor Young, and they'll take care of you there.
Very good. So they got the early service there, and then the later service, which is probably more popular because people like to sleep in on Sunday mornings. But if you like to get up early, come out to the early service, and which begins at 9, right?
Yes.
And enjoy that. You got a little elbow room in the pews there to stretch out a little bit.
Yeah, we got plenty of room.
And the early bird gets the worm, right? You get up early, and then you got the rest of your day to do what you want there. So go watch your favorite football team get smoked on national TV. That's what I usually do.
Yeah.
Of course, for folks that aren't familiar, Robert has been going to Sun Country Physical Therapy for years now, and thanks to them, you've lost 100-plus pounds and have really gotten in the shape over the last several years here. And you always like to give them a plug and a shout-out, and if folks need services, just getting into shape again to rehab from surgery or an injury, they can help with all that stuff.
Yes, I've been going there 8.5 years now, and I lost 126 pounds, and I'm keeping it off by going to the gym, and Daryl, he's the owner, and he helps me out quite a bit.
Very good.
And they're open from 8 to 5, Monday through Thursday, and Friday they're open from 8 to noon.
Okay.
And they got walk-in also.
Good deal. And they're 800 West 2nd here in town. Very good. But, yeah, if you're looking for help there, I know we're in the January. A lot of people have New Year's resolutions to get in shape or get healthy. If you're already slipping off that little horse, coming a week into the new year here, maybe give a reach out to Sun Country and let them get you back on the path there.
Yeah, it's like over Thanksgiving, instead of gaining weight, I lost 3 pounds and aged a regular amount.
Wow, you're one of the few.
Something.
Yeah, you're one of the few. I'm pretty sure I gained weight over my. That's one thing. I go home to visit relatives, and they're all cooking. And like my in-law, my brother, and his wife, my sister-in-law, she's Italian, and oh my goodness, she spent Christmas cooking everything. Yeah. I mean, just Italian dishes, pizza to prime rib to cakes and cookies, and just a slew of stuff.
A little bit of everything.
I was eating heartily. And when we weren't eating at the house, we were out eating somewhere else.
Yeah, really. Come on over.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I did not lose weight over these holidays. Talk about what's going on in Alamogordo. Are they doing like a ghost walk or something there? Tell me a little bit about that.
They got the historical ghost program.
Okay.
It's coming this Saturday. It's the first one, January 15th and February 12th, March 12th, and April 9th. That's the 4.
Okay.
At the Roadrunner Export Day. You go to the Facebook event, and it's $30 a person.
Okay, so if you like the ghost tours and all that kind of stuff, they got their first one coming up here January 15th, but they'll be doing it again in February and March each month, mid-month, around 12th, on the 12th of February and March there, too.
Yeah.
So very cool. The flute ensemble, I guess they're going to start doing their practices and things if the Roswell Flute Ensemble, they're getting their practices and getting back together doing their thing.
Well, it's at the Anderson Museum at 6 o'clock on Thursdays.
Okay.
And you must be experienced, and just come on out, and they said you can have a lot of fun.
Okay, so if you're a flautist, you a flute player, I could do the Porky Pig, a flute player. Then you can. They would love to have you part of the Roswell Flute Ensemble. They meet every Thursday, 6 p.m. at the Anderson Bethany Museum there. So come on out, bring your flute, and do an audition. And like you said, they are looking for experienced flute players. So this isn't a learn how to play flute. If maybe you played in school or something and you haven't picked it up in a few years and you're wanting to get back playing again, or maybe you're playing by yourself at home and looking for others to play with, come out to the Anderson Museum here on Thursdays at 6 p.m. and get involved there. So very cool.
My favorite instrument is the saxophone.
I can play no instrument. I am not good at any instrument. I'm in 4th grade. They gave me the recorder. Remember the recorder?
Yeah.
And I could play Hot Cross Buns or Three Blind Mice, depending on where you come from. It's the same tune. Doot 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 doot. I could play that because it only required 3 buttons on the recorder. Because they have that button in the hole in the back, and then there was 6 or 7 holes in the front. But you have to put the hole in the back, and then you hit the ones to play the notes. I could do those top 3 notes, no problem. Mm-hmm. But if I had to put a finger over that 4th hole, it sounded like I stepped on a duck. It was and it was worse on down. And at that point, they're like, maybe you shouldn't play the recorder anymore. And they gave me sticks. And I botched those too. So I have no musical ability. I like music to a point, but I can't play it. So I'd love to learn how to play guitar. Like if I knew how to play, but I don't have the patience nor the just the mental capacity to learn those things. It's not.
Now, I got a guitar and it's been 30 years with collecting dust.
Yeah, my wife can play a little bit. I can't. I cannot play. So, but if you're interested, please come out to the Anderson Museum on Thursdays at 6 to be a part of the flute ensemble. Give us an update of what's happening at First United Methodist Church there.
Yeah, for the first time in over 2 years, the First Methodist Church is having their dinner at 5 p.m., and then they have a service from 6 to 7.
Okay.
And you don't have to go to the service if you don't want to.
And they put out great dinners every Wednesday night, too.
Yes.
Yeah, they and anybody can come and eat and have a nice meal.
There's $6 a person.
Yeah.
And this Wednesday they're having the ham, scalloped potatoes, green beans, lots of dessert, and tea and juice to drink, and coffee.
Yeah, and it's a lot of food. So if you want to feed, bring your family down, and it's $6 a plate, man. It's pretty cheap.
You go back for seconds if you want. They got carryouts also.
Nice. So if you can't make it, and then of course if you'd love to stay for services, you're more than welcome. But if you want to go home and finish your night, that's entirely up to you. But they put on great meals. Our American Legion post meets over there, so sometimes back in the day, because they just started doing it again, like you said, we'd be around when the food was around, and you'd be like, what's going on over there? They had some good eats over there. Like one day it was like beef stroganoff and good food. But ham and scalloped potatoes, I'm in.
They have their Spanish cooks this time. Just going to be there.
All right. Well, I heard food, and that's all I need. I'm good to go. So I'd love to have folks come out. I guess beginning this Wednesday, and now every Wednesday they're going to be doing
every Wednesday. Yes.
They'll be doing their meals beginning at 6 p.m. there at First United Methodist Church. Great, that's great to hear. Let's talk about. Is this a grief support group that we're talking about? Number 10 there, cancer.
No, Cancer with Grace.
Cancer with Grace support group. Thank you. Tell me a little bit about that.
Cancer with Grace is a support group. It's in room 103 at Grace Community Church, and it's on Tuesday and Thursdays at 6 p.m.
Okay.
And for more information, you can call the office, but you just come at 6 o'clock.
Okay. And I imagine that's people that are battling cancer or have family that are battled cancer and dealing with the turmoil that surrounds that, and it's a group of people that chewed some of the same ground you have and could help there. So that's a great idea. So again, they meet there at Grace Community Church every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
So very good. Let's talk about Kiwanis Club, and they're I guess they're meeting every second and fourth Tuesday of the month. They're going to be doing their pancake breakfast again soon too. Look for that coming up here in the spring, I think, in March, April time frame. Their pancake breakfast out at the convention center. But if you're interested in becoming part of the Kiwanis, they meet the second and fourth Tuesday of the month at Los Cerritos or Cerritos Mexican Kitchen.
Yeah,
which always has good food.
Their phone's 575-513-8119.
Yep.
That's for Laurie.
Yeah, and don't forget they're selling tickets for their John Denver show right now, which is February the 19th at the Roswell Community Little Theater. It is a fundraising event for the Kiwanis Club of Roswell and for the Roswell Community Little Theater. Kiwanis Club's raising money for the all-inclusive park. The Community Little Theater, they're raising money for the roof of their facility. But if you love John Denver, Ted Vigil, this guy looks like John Denver and sounds just like John Denver. He's going to be doing 2 shows, 2 and 7 p.m. on the 19th. Tickets, $40 for VIP. That includes you get to the VIP room, and they got drinks and snacks and things like that. You get preferred seating, or you can just get reserved seats for $30. Either way, go to roswelltheater.com or call Lori, that number we gave you, 575-513-8119.
Now, also, John Denver sings West Virginia, and I was born and raised in West Virginia.
Yeah, well, he's got. You were born. Yeah, he spent time here in Roswell because his dad was at Walker Air Force Base there. He was stationed there during that time. So yeah, John Denver. All right, let's talk about Tucumcari, their Rawhide Days.
Yeah, Tucumcari, the Rawhide Day Film Festival is until March 30th of 2022. There's 2 of them, April 29th and May 1st. And the film, you can go to filmfreeway.com for more information.
Okay.
And it's April 29th and May 1st.
Very good. Excellent. So if you want to get out there and watch some local films, things like that, that's a great chance to do that.
Yeah.
Open auditions for who's the play there? I can't read that. Who's putting on the play there? But auditions for the next play is happening.
This is a Carlsbad Open audition for the play Love Letters.
Okay.
The theater is 4715 National Park Highway. It's going to be from 6 to 9 p.m. The dates are February 11 and 13, February 18 and 20. And call Deanna Hoop at 575-988-4509 for more information.
Okay, very cool. And then up next we have, looks like a church concert coming up here. You want to tell folks a little bit about that?
Oh, yeah, this is a free concert.
Okay.
It's going to be at Highland Baptist Church this coming Thursday at 6:30. And he's got gospel music. And this gentleman, he sang at the Bronson, Missouri, at the Country and Western Auditorium there.
Okay.
He's real popular.
Okay, cool.
And he's going to be there this Thursday at 6:30.
Okay, very cool. So if you want to get a great little concert there for free, come on out and have some fun there.
Yeah.
Good deal. Give us an update. January 13th, Roswell Garden Club. I guess they're going to be doing some work over at the Historical Society, huh?
Yes, the Roswell Garden Club at 9:30 a.m. This is also the 13th.
Okay.
Historical Society, 208 North Lee Street. They'll have refreshments, and everybody's welcome to come.
Nice. So they get out there and do a little gardening and keeping that property beautiful over there. So very cool. I appreciate when the Garden Club does that. They do a lot better than I could. Let's talk about the event happening the 14th at the Roswell Museum.
This Roswell Museum and Art Center, it's going to be an art lecture and an open reception at 5:30 p.m. Maria or Lawrence will be there with the exhibition until February 27th.
Very good. Awesome. So if you want to come out and check out this particular piece and all that stuff, go out and head out and check it out at the exhibition hall there. And it'll be, like I said, there the displays will be on through February the 28th there. So, yeah. Very cool. Of course, if you're a gospel music fan, you do have your gospel CD available. Songs that you wrote, 14 songs, original songs that you singing accompanied by piano. And if you'd like to have that for your music collection, Robert would be happy to get you a copy.
Yes, we'll give you the number when we get done.
Okay, very good. And then a couple more things we want to talk about. Pecos Valley Quilters, they're meeting again. Give us an update there.
The Pecos Valley Quilters are meeting the first Wednesday of every month in room 111 at the First Methodist Church, and you can call 622-1881 for the time.
Okay, very good. So if you're interested in being part of the Quilters or want to help with any of that stuff, then I'd love to have you at their next meeting there. And then they've got a community outreach Life Changes event coming up here as well. Tell folks about that.
Yeah, the community outreach Life Changes. You can call 505-288-0332. It's a class for help on drug and alcohol abuse and mental situations and stuff.
Okay.
And they'll be glad to help you.
Very cool. And then one more thing we want to put on everyone's radar if you missed it earlier. City of Roswell once again be hosting their father-daughter Valentine's Day dance. It'll be at the Convention Center there on February 12th. Give folks a little information about that.
Yeah, it's going to be on February 12th from 6 to 9 p.m. It's $10 for adults and $5 for others. And the father and daughter at the Aquarium Recreation Center. And they can go out there and have a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's good time. Making memories with, I think it's $10 for adults, and then that includes one daughter. And then for $3, an additional daughter, I believe is how it is for that. So if you go to RoswellConnect.com, you can get tickets for that. That's, as a matter of fact, any city recreation stuff, if you want tickets or passes to the museum or the zoo or the aquatic center or any special events like that, if you go to RoswellConnect.com, you'll get tickets and everything for that. That's where you can find all that information. Of course, if you have any questions about anything we talked about here, or if you'd like to get a copy of Robert's music CD, gospel music CD, don't hesitate to reach out and call Robert. Go ahead and give out your phone number there for folks.
My number is 575-208-9513, and I have a voicemail. You can call anytime.
Okay, yeah, leave a message if you don't get Robert live there, and he'll get back to you. He's a man who's out and about busy doing things sometimes. So, very good. Is there anything we missed? Anything we wanted to get that we didn't fail to cover?
Yeah, that bell covered everything.
Awesome. Well, good deal. Well, glad to see we're keeping it going in 2022. Lots of busy stuff happening, and seeing a couple things opening up again. It's nice to see the genealogical societies back opening their doors. So come on out Thursday for their first meeting in a long time and get involved there.
Yes, I belong to the Genealogical Society.
All right.
And we're glad you have the radio station talk show. You do an outstanding job, and we appreciate it. And thank you for being a veteran also.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Some days we're better at it than others. Some days are good, some days not so much. But thank you guys. Have a blessed and healthy rest of the month here, and we'll see you next month. And hope we got a bunch more stuff to talk about happening next month, too.
Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Happy New Year, guys. We'll see you next time, okay? Yeah. All right. It is 9:50. Probably should play some news because people want to hear that stuff. So some news. Hannity update, also Chaves County Sports update, Town Hall business as well. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Now for your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. Thanks for joining us this hour. Our top story, the public is invited to attend an artist lecture and opening reception for Relocations, work by Roswell artist-in-residence fellow Marie Alarcon. The event is planned for January 15th through February 27th. The opening reception will be this Friday, the 14th, starting at 5:30. Alarcon is a multimedia artist who works primarily in nonfiction film. The annual Roswell Father-Daughter Dance is scheduled for February 12th this year. The event running from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Recreation and Aquatic Center. Tickets are available for $10 for adults and one daughter and $3 per additional daughter. You can make special memories at this year's Father-Daughter Dance, and you don't have to be a father, just a special male figure in her life. Registration available via a link on the City of Roswell main website. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
Waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Joe Biden has conducted fewer news conferences than all 5 of his immediate predecessors at the same point in their time in the White House and has given fewer media interviews than 6 of them did, according to a news story. You can't even make this up. It's that bad. He doesn't do anything anyway. Calls the lid on his day half the time at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Biden shied away from news conferences for the whole first year. Why is that? Because everybody around him knows he's not up to even giving a press conference. You know, it's a heavy lift to get him ready to do any one big thing. He averages less than one public event a day.
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
Hey, if you're looking for a New Year's resolution that's simple to keep, I have one. Resolve now to protect your identity and your personal information with LifeLock Identity Theft Protection. Now, LifeLock will alert you to any potential threat to your identity. Now, these are threats we often miss on our own, and if you're just monitoring your credit, well, LifeLock sees a lot more than we do, and they'll notify you if they find information about you for sale on the dark web. And if you become a victim of identity theft, a U.S.-based restoration specialist knows the steps to take to help resolve your case. Look, nobody can identify every single theft or monitor every single transaction of every business, but LifeLock.com is the New Year's resolution that's simple to keep. Just join LifeLock today. Save up to 25% off your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock. Or go to LifeLock.com and use the promo code Hannity. 1-800-LifeLock, LifeLock.com, promo code Hannity to save that 25%. 1-800-LifeLock.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. It looks pretty nice over the next couple of days, and our temperatures will be warming up with high pressure parking over eastern New Mexico. Could be a little bit breezy today, and our afternoon high will be in the upper 50s, and we should get plenty of sunshine. Overnight, mid to upper 20s and a few clouds, and then plenty of sunshine on Wednesday and Thursday. Looks like we'll hit the mid 60s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. It's Roswell against Goddard tonight. Boys and girls basketball. We told you about the boys yesterday. Let's catch you up on the girls. The Roswell Coyotes girls were in action last night. Didn't turn out well as they lost at home to Las Cruces by a score of 63-38. Roswell now 7-7 on the season. Las Cruces 10-6, by the way. Goddard's last action was winning its own tournament back on December the 30th. And Goddard will be playing at Roswell. So this is a game. The boys-girls doubleheader starts at 5:30. It's not the only one, by the way. You've also got Hagerman at home against Cloudcroft, and Dexter playing host to Capitan. By the way, the Hagerman boys are 10-0 on the season. That should be good. The sports report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the SRN News Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. A lower open this morning for Wall Street with the Dow down more than 150 points at mid-morning. The market keeping a close eye on Capitol Hill, where Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell is before the Senate Banking Committee, the panel holding a hearing on his nomination to serve a second four-year term as Fed chair. Bank of America slashing the amount it charges customers when they spend more than they have in their accounts. It plans to eliminate all fees for bounced checks. It is the latest move by the country's biggest banks to roll back the overdraft fees they have long charged their customers. The World Economic Forum says that cyber threats and the growing space race are emerging risks to the global economy, adding to existing challenges posed by climate change and the coronavirus pandemic. With business, I'm Rich Thomason.
March 1st is the day I've been waiting for.
The Super Bowl is in February, honey.
No, on March 1st, we vote Mayor Kintai out of office.
Isn't that the truth? Roswell can do so much better than Kintai.
You think? On his watch, fees went up everywhere. At the adult center, at the zoo, even at the veterans cemetery.
Not to mention the murder rate has more than doubled the past 4 years. And Kintai proposed that $35 million public safety complex with no plan and no land. Thank goodness we rejected that boondoggle.
Well, luckily, Tim Jennings is running for Roswell mayor.
That's right. Tim's the man for the job.
Tim Jennings is a leader. He served Roswell honorably in the state senate and delivered.
He'll keep taxes and fees low and fight crime by putting more officers on the streets.
Mayor Tim Jennings. I like the sound of that.
Honey, I'm putting Vote for Tim on the calendar for March 1st.
It's a date.
Paid for by Tim Jennings for mayor.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed, antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it'd be too difficult or take too much time? Then try Babbel. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel teaches you conversations that you will actually use. With 14 languages and lesson topics like travel, business, relationships, and more, you'll learn what matters most to you. Babbel. Language for life. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com.
Hi, I'm Flo from Progressive. If you love the sports like me, you get annoyed with your team or player. So Progressive's going to help take your mind off your team or that player for a moment. Instead of thinking about how they lost that thing recently, think about Progressive letting you compare our direct rates side by side with competitors to easily find the lowest option. Don't worry, your sports ball team or player will get him next time. Hope this distraction from Progressive about easily comparing rates was helpful to not think about that last game or match or season. I mean, even though I love sports ball.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Did you know you share your birthday with at least 9 million other people in the world? Your birthday isn't feeling so special now, is it? Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 9:59. Got a little over a minute here before I get kicked off the airways. If you missed any part of our show, you can check it out at your leisure. Log on to ksvptv.com. Click on the Mornings with Mike Winters channel, and there you'll find everything you need there. Interviews from today's show. Here in just a bit, Tanner will separate those from the main portion and make those available by themselves there on the website. But give them a few minutes, maybe like an hour to get that done. And they'll be there for your viewing pleasure. We'll be back bright and early, 7 a.m. tomorrow with an all-new show. Friday, tune in. We'll have the mayor. Of course, we got city council this week, so the mayor will join us Thursday to preview, and then Friday in the 7 o'clock hour to recap it. And then we're going to talk county business the rest of the day Friday because we'll have sheriff, county manager, because county commission meeting's been pushed up a week as well. And then we'll also have a county commission. Some of the county commissioners join us. All of that in the 8 and 9 o'clock hours next Friday, or this Friday. So we got a lot coming up. Don't miss the event. Thanks for allowing us to be a part of your day. Have an amazing day. We'll be back bright and early, 7 a.m. tomorrow. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.